Hello, hello. Welcome. My name's Mikey. Oh, that's a bit peaky. Hello. Hello. My name's Mikey. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're all doing well. I've changed some more mic settings. I've just got to quickly filter that out because my gain is super high. But hello, welcome. My name's Mikey. I'm going to sound weird because I think I've got a cold from the weekend. But welcome. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Hellstormwargaming. Let me know who you are watching from, because we've got a lot to talk about tonight. I've got a whole pile of stuff to go through. Pile and pile. Oh, it's all upside down. Piles and piles of stuff. Look at that. That was sick. Did you see that? I do sound a bit bunged up. Yeah, I think I've got a cold coming on. Every time I leave the house, I seem to get a cold. But welcome. Hello, my name's Mikey, as I said. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know who you are, where you're watching from, what's going on. We're going to be talking all about the mission pack today. That's going to be our focus. We can talk about the codexes a little bit, but the focus today is the mission pack. That's what I want to talk about and have a look at today, because there's too much to go through in one stream. But obviously, I was at a tournament this weekend as well. Everything that I needed to cover the codexes in the mission pack literally arrived an hour before last stream. It arrived at like 6:30, I think, on Friday evening. So I've not been able to make any like crazy content, but I've been analyzing it for quite a while. I've had a PDF to look at previously, and there's a load to go over. So thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And Jamartin, thank you so much for kicking us off with that gifted membership. Really appreciate you, bud. Thank you so much for kicking us off with that early gifted member. Okay, let's get this bad boy set up. We're going to be this one. If you don't know, we have a member goal every single stream, and today's member goal is 440. We have 424 so far. If we hit the member goal, I will spin the wheel and give away some prizes. As you can see, we have a whole wheel full of prizes, whether it's some games, whether it's some dice, whether it's some random bits of paper around my house, or just fun little bits and bobs. If you would like to win a prize, that would be very cool. All you have to do is gift a membership, become a member, and we'll do a free spin. And everyone who does gift a membership and everyone who does super chat today will have a second chance to win via marbles race if we hit the goal. Okay. Datsun Des, you're a bloody legend. Let me pin that as well. Let me pin that. There we go. Thank you, matey. Appreciate you. Tom Wilkins. Thanks for the 20, dude. Holy shit. Why are my alerts not working? Where are my alerts? Why are they working? Let me try refreshing it. Refresh the cache. Please, alerts. Alerts, please. Papa Pariah, thanks for the 5 gifted as well. Holy fuck balls. What a way to start. Thank you so much, everyone. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, mate. You are a star. Is Mikey earlier or am I late? I started at 7. Just. It was 7:01, I think. I think it was 7:01. But thank you for the love, everyone. Really appreciate you all. Thank you. As Datsun Des has told me to pin, we do have tickets available for our event. Oh, boys, we've got lots to go over for the event, because we've got a 7-round tournament on the 31st of August and 1st of September. There are still tickets available. We've got a whole new mission pack. Okay, we got a whole new mission pack. You know what that means? Brand new mission pack, brand new map packs, brand new missions to talk about. So there's going to be a lot of changes over the next few weeks. I will also hopefully be announcing a brand new table type as well. Ooh, can I get some oohs in the chat? Ooh. How cool is that? We got brand new tournament terrain pack to announce very, very soon. Leave it with me for now, and I'll announce it as soon as I can, okay? So we've got all of the maps are going to get redone, and we're adding another map pack, okay? Nate Rossi and Datsun Des, thank you for the gifted. God knows what's happening with my stream alerts. Jesus Christ. Let me see if I can fix this live. It seems to be not working. But thank you so much, guys, for the gifted memberships. I think we're rocking about 432 right now. I think we're rocking 432. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. I really appreciate it. If you've just been gifted a membership, make sure you say thanks. And make sure you join our Discord as well. It's a great place to be. You get to talk shop all day, every day. You get to hang out with me as well. It is free to join, but if you remember, you get way more access. Member goals. Yeah, I know. I'm keeping an eye. Don't worry. I've got 8 new members, so we should be at 432. Let me just quickly double check the alert box. I'm just going to run a test. I don't use it anymore. What am I doing? Back to overlays. Let me just quickly test it. I'm going to give it a big refresh. So it's confirmed. Let me look at chat. Chat, you're going to have to... What's going on with you? What's going on in your end? Okay, let's pull chat up. I'll have to try and fix it. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you all. Hope you're all excited to talk about the mission pack. I am. There's loads to talk about. There's loads. It's a very exciting time. I know some of you have probably seen some stuff already. Just going to do a random member test, so ignore this if it comes through. That worked. Why did the random member test work?
Member.
That worked fine. Random super chat test. That worked as well. I don't understand. Why is the overlay not working very well? Chat, can someone test the gifted membership button? Get it? See? Look at that! Burgosaurus, we fixed it.
14 months of membership, freeloading like a poor man.
Thank you so much for the 14 months, Burgosaurus, mate.
Celebrates 14 months
okay, and it still plays twice.
Like a poor man.
It still plays twice as well. Jesus Christ. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Thank you very much for resubbing, mate. Really appreciate you. I really appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. Mercenary Q, thank you for the gifted as well. Is that going to come up? Is it going to work? It does. I don't know why that gifted membership didn't work. Give me my paper. It should be on the way.
Gifted member.
Let me catch up. Big C as well. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for the gifted. Thanks so much, Big C. You're a fucking legend. Alright, looks like the member goal's updated, but it missed the first 5. God damn it. God damn it. There is a member's discount for the event ticket as well, so make sure you check the Discord. That's true. There is member discounts for anything on the web store. Hellstormwargaming.co.uk/shop, including woke merch. If you haven't got one already, we are now a week into pre-orders. There is only a few weeks left to pre-order it. Afterwards, you won't be able to get it. It is drawn by the lovely Big C. The lovely Big C. Absolute G. Absolute legend. As you can see, woke heresy. Look at it. Isn't it glorious? Just like Decknull for that gifted membership. Look at it. Isn't it fire? Look, that's me. That's me.
Member.
It looks good with a woke t-shirt on. There it is. There's the design. There's a thing. I'm going to change this one for Big C, so he did a great job with his watermark. But Big C's done a fucking sick job with this t-shirt. So if you want to support me, you like merch like this, you want to see some more merch like this, then consider getting one today. It's only available during the month of June. After which, it will not be available, okay? Until the 7th of July. After that, it's going to go. No more after that. Okay? I've done my plugin, though. I've done my plugin. But I've got one more. I've got one more, but I'm not going to do it right now. It's going to be good. So... let me catch up with chat again. Thank you all for the gifted memberships. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you all. We've had 12 new members, so I'll just drop the main member goal down if he doesn't catch up. We need another 6 for the goal, I think it missed like the first few. So what about the kids, Matt? That discount is pinned in members general. Gotta order my woke heresy tea Friday. Nice, Jake. Nice, mate. When will we get another cookie stream? if there's a crying out for one, you know. Are you going to do the change to the mission? Yes, mate. We are going to go through the entire mission pack. I'm going to show you everything you need to know. So, everything. Even stuff that other channels have missed, okay? We'll be playing new AOS. I just realized chat's not open. We'll be playing new AOS 100%. I love AOS. Great game. You missed my gift? Jace, thank you for the gifted membership, buddy. Really appreciate it. I apologize if I missed it. Thank you so much, bud. Congress Stewie, thanks for the 5. Holy shit. Thank you so much for the 5, dude.
Gifted member.
That's so kind of you, buddy. That's so kind. So how many do we need now? 1? 1 more member? Is that it? I streamed for 11 minutes and hit the goal already?
Gifted member.
What's going on? Thank you so much for the 5 gifted, Congress Stewie. I really appreciate it. Thank you for everyone. It's been super generous. I don't know what I did. Is it payday? I thought payday was last week. Holy shit, dude. Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Very kind of you. Where was I? I was trying to catch up.
Gifted member.
How am I playing Proxy Wars 3 round? So that's getting a big new update deck now. It's going to get whole new terrain on it as well. Can I still bring Blood Angels in the new pack? Most definitely. It's just going to feel a little different. That's all. Don't you mean pink ravens? People were coming up to me at the event saying, aren't they pink? And I kept shouting at them. It's disgusting. Bishop and Jake, thank you very much for the gifted memberships. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships. Really appreciate you. You are both legendary humans. If you've just been gifted a membership, make sure you say a massive thank you. Okay? If you've just got an email saying you've been gifted a membership, don't forget I stream every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay? Make sure, if you haven't already, come join the Discord. You get full alerts when I'm live. You get to hang out with me. You get to chat to me. You get to be seen behind the scenes. You get to help decide lists for the channel. You get to help decide content. It's a great place to be. And it's just a nice place to be because it's full of lovely people. Okay? Maybe your mullet is just looking extra good today. Thank you. I pulled it more forward and I did all right. Thank you. Appreciate it. You're welcome. Mikey's Discord is one of the best Discords out there. Bishop, that's super kind of you to say. I really appreciate that. That's really, really, really kind of you to say. I'm really proud of the Discord we have. I know sometimes, some days I'm just like, you know what, lads, I'm a bit busy today, can't be there. But I'm like there most of the time, like all day, every day, just chatting, shooting the shit, winding Decknell up sometimes, watching Mercenary Q slap the banhammer down. Everyone just like being super friendly, super helpful to each other. I fucking love it. I love it. It's a great place to be. So, chat, if you have never tuned into a stream before, thank you. I really appreciate you. Okay? I do actually really appreciate you. But if you don't know what happens, is I turn down the hype crash music. And we go down. And we go to relaxing Nintendo supermarkets. Okay? Think about Nintendo supermarket. You're just doing your little shop. Alright? But now's a great time to ask me questions. If you got anything you want to talk about, anything you thought about, anything you want to say thank you to Bishop.
New EOS looks hype, and as a Fire Slayers player I'm hyped.
As Bishop has proven, it's a great time to ask me questions. If you want to ask me anything random about Warhammer, about my life, about your life, just things that you want to talk about that aren't directly related to Pariah Nexus, then now's the time to ask. And we'll have a little chat about it. So the Bone Reapers preview, I've seen a little bit. I haven't had a proper look. Faction focus. Let's have a nosy now, right? Because I'll see out Bone Reapers on my army. I've not been looking at the faction focuses in case you want to look at them on stream. And here we are. There we go. Age of Sigmar faction focus Bone Reapers. This isn't a AOS stream, but I do like AOS, and obviously it's big news because it's a new game coming out. So bear with me if you're not bothered. Let's have a look at the faction focus. We've got Nagash. Lots and lots of info. The Bone Reapers can do the following abilities. Add 2 to movement, so they've had nerf. Add 2 to the move. If no friendly units have used a Relentless Discipline ability this phase, pick a friendly Ossiarch Bone Reapers hero to use his ability. All friendly Bone Reapers within 12 add 2 move. That's pretty decent. If no friendly units have used a Relentless Discipline ability. What's the Relentless Discipline ability, though? Is this it? Oh, it's the keyword. Oh, so you can only use one of these per phase, but it affects everything within 12. Interesting. Interesting. If no friendly units have used this one, everyone can use the charge, even if they're so fall back and charge. Nice. Any charge phase. Add 1 to charge rolls. Anti-charge +1. That's good. So counter-strike. So they're all what? Everything. You can't use multiple relentless disciplines anymore, so you can't spend them all on one unit. But all of them look really strong, and they're all wholly. But wholly within 12 is hard, especially if you've got massive bricks. However, they're all nice abilities. Add 1 to wound rolls. That's hype. And it's each phase, so you can use one of these at a time, right? You can't fall back and then get +2 move. Fall back with half your army if you need to. 5+ ward. So they probably have a 6+ ward naturally. That's pretty decent. Remember everything's ability now. Yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying you can't stack these two. You can't stack these two. But like, you can do. You could probably do multiple. But all I'm saying is you can't do both at the same time. Battle formations. Add on to casting rolls. Okay, decent. Empower Nadrite. Pick a friendly Austriac. Bone Reaper's Wizard. Cast a spell. Pick a Bone Reaper's within 12 to be the target of 2d6. I presume. I think this is the casting roll, right? This one. 5. Unmodified. Hits of 5. Every Nadrite is crit 2. Okay, so it's the same. It's the same, basically. Just a bit more. A bit cleaner. Vote Motion. This was always bad. This guy was always bad. Pick a enemy unit with an 18 and cast on a 7 until the start of the next turn. Each time the bound friendly unit is picked with a target ability by the bound enemy unit, roll a d3. On a 2+, inflict an amount of damage on the bound enemy unit equal to the roll as a reaction. If the bound enemy is destroyed by this ability, do not resolve the effects of the enemy ability. Oh shit, okay. And since everything's an ability, every time they do something, they take damage. Oh, it's a D3 as well. That's a bit rubbish. So it's up to 3 wounds. Pick a visible enemy units within 12 once per battle. For the rest of the turn, non-fight core abilities cost 1 command point for the target to use. That's funny. So it costs you a command point to shoot. Is Old World dead? No, Old World's not dead now. Question, why is Peachy Peach Colour Forge the best new signature series primer? That's a lie, get out of here. It's red, obviously. Mikey, my hair is getting too long, I need to get it cut. Would you recommend a mullet? So, I was like, jokes aside, mullet time. I was like really concerned about having a mullet because I weren't sure if it was going to suit me. I wasn't sure it was going to suit me, if it was going to suit me or not. So I just like, Georgie suggested it because the problem was is like my hair grows out like this and it's really annoying. My sides of my hair grow out and I was like, I just want to get it all off because it keeps like flapping in my face and find it annoying. And George was like, get a mullet, it might suit you. So I went to a hairdresser. I just asked him and I was like, look, I might want a mullet. What do you think? And I was like, just be honest with me. And I was talking to the hairdresser at the time, right? And I was talking to the hairdresser, and he was like, he's a hairdresser barber, he does both. And he was like, because I was talking to him, and I was like, I don't really know what to have because I've just had the same thing every time. I go to a hairdresser and say, short back and sides, trimmed on top, you know? And he was like, I don't think men are brave enough to like ask for opinions of like having haircuts. People just tend to have the same haircut every time. Which I was like, that's actually interesting, you know? Because like it sounds exactly what I've been doing. It's just like yeah, just why would I ask about what hairdo I'm gonna get? I'm just gonna get short back and sides like I normally do. So I asked him and he was like, what do you reckon to this? And I was like, yeah, go on then, I'll give it a go. What? Yeah. And then he was like, yeah, let's give it a try. What do you reckon to this picture? Because he like had a look at his like stock of pictures, I guess. What are you looking for? You're interrupting my story by hanging around the door. Being a little weirdo. Where is it? Where have you left it? Okay. Georgie's just like, she's like, I'm trying not to interrupt your story while looming at the door, looking at me. So yeah, so like, he was like, oh, let's have a look through some pictures. What do you reckon to this? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. All right, I'll just like fucking YOLO. And I said, like, if I don't like it, I'll just take the back, take it off, and I'll get the same haircut as normal. So we did it, and then he styled it, and I looked like grease lightning. So I came home and washed it, and I just like styled it slightly differently, and I was like, it's kind of growing on me actually. And then I kept making that same joke. It's kind of growing on me because it's hair. So yeah, like it was a bit weird. Every day I kept getting up and being like, I do look a bit strange, but now I've got used to it, I think. So I like it because like the thing is, I think honestly I'd probably get this taken back a bit further. It's more like that. I think maybe next time when I go, I'm like, can I have this back a little bit? But yeah, I like it because I like my hair longer, but I don't like the sides. If I didn't like the mullet aspect, I could just get the back taken off, and then it would just be longer on top, which would still be nice. But we'll see. I'm not sure. Still not sure about the back of the mullet yet. I haven't worked it out yet. But I'm getting used to it. I haven't had a haircut since before COVID. I haven't changed my style since 1998. That's the thing. As soon as I start going to hairdresser, short back and side, long on top. Call it a day. You know? Are you receding this to cover it? Nope, not at all. Perfect headline. Perfect hairline. Perfect hairline, okay? No, I was like trying to change it, you know? I'm a YouTuber. I've got to have crazy hair in your thumbnail. I can't just keep having the same one. You get used to it and stop clicking. So anyway, quick longer look through I'll see out Bone Reapers. Strike first, very good ability, very good casting spell. I wonder if there's a rule of like stopping you stacking spells. Because stacking spells is always a bit of an issue, especially against like demons and stuff like that. Necropolis Stalkers. Subtract 3 from the control score. Brutal. Subtract 1 from hit rolls. Ward roll. Ignore wards. They're not good. No, not too. If it's 2 damage, I'll be like, yeah, sick. But no. This units merely have anti-hero +1 rend while in combat with an enemy hero. Mortrek Brawler. Anti-infantry +1 rend, crit 2. So rend 2, hits on 4s, wounds on 2s, D3 +2. That's pretty consistent. Deathly Barrage. Pick an enemy unit that is targeted by all of his shooting attacks. Roll a dice. Add one to the roll if this unit is wholly within 12 inches of a Mortison Ossifector. And add 1 if any other Mortrek Crawler picked enemy unit on a 4+0 strike last. Okay. Pretty nice. There's a lot of units with wards now, so ignore wards is massive. Yeah, but it's like it's only 1 damage, so I'm a bit like, okay, they ignore a 6th of it, now they don't. Battle traits. Oh, is this the spearhead? You can bring him on from the edge of the board. Nice. Death Rider Wedge. Fly over models and do impact hits. Nice. They look fun. They look fun. I'm excited to see a little bit more. Obviously, it's all teaser right now, but they sound fun. Thanks to the donut, Bishop. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not super excited about the ignore rend, but it'd be like in like some certain situations, it's nice, and that's nice to have on a unit. I think the -3 to their control score is a bit more important. That colour scheme looks amazing. Did look cool, didn't it? I'll see how Bone Reapers always seems so goofy to me. Nagash making his own undead Power Rangers to compete with Sigmar. They are just Tomb Kings, though, right? They are just Sigma-fied Tomb Kings. They look cool. They look cool. Okay, right, we've got a giveaway to do, chat. So you're gonna get ready to spam some words in chat if that's okay. We have actually hit the member goal, but the goal wasn't keeping up. So let's do !Pariah. How's that? !Pariah in chat. If you type that in chat right now, I'll put it on screen. You know how to spell Pariah? Because I'm gonna tell you how bad some Pariah objectives are. All right. So type in !Pariah in chat, okay? Because we're about to do a giveaway. If you don't know, we've got a whole wheel full of prizes. We're going to give one away. Everyone who gifts a membership, super chats, or does anything like that will be in the marbles race at the end of this stream because we have hit the goal. So thank you everyone for making it. Really appreciate you all. The spam exclamation point Pariah. Holy shit, Brian. Holy shit. We already made the goal. Brian, we already made the goal.
Gifted member.
Holy fuck. Brian, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. Holy shit. We've made 30 members today. What the shit?
Member.
What the actual shit? Oh, because chat. Look, I love and respect everything Games Workshop does half the time. Okay? I love it. Thank you so much, Brian, for the 10 gifted. And the reason we're going to add Pariah is because Games Workshop not only sent me the Pariah mission pack, they also sent me the Pariah objective set. Okay? Now, I don't know if they sent me these as a joke. I don't know if they were trying to wind me up or not. Or just to be like, look, Mikey, here's a perfect marketing opportunity. But they sent... Has anyone else seen these? I've not seen anyone talk about these. Yeah, every other YouTuber seemed to get a codex and all the new models. I didn't get the new models. They sent me the Nexus mission pack. And it's in this cardboard sleeve that you have to tear open. So if you don't like it, you can't even return it. Okay. And they are objectives. Okay. So there's 6. There's 6 objectives.
Gifted member.
And you might notice something straight away. Yes, they are super thin. They are super thin. Seen one video. Who made the video? I didn't see it. I haven't seen these. This is content. So, these are the Pariah Nexus mission objectives. And yes, they are like mine. Okay? They are round discs. You have the 40mm marker. And then you have 3 inches from the edge. Now, you'll notice they're super thin. Okay? They aren't neoprene. They are backed with some sort of felt, kind of like you know, like cheap trophies. You know, like when you win a trophy, or like you win like a trophy off like a fucking tombola, and they've got like that really cheap felt on the bottom. It's that. Okay. So what is your fully objective review of them? And chat, it's made of plastic. It's plastic. That's the non-slip. Yeah, they're not gonna slide, to be fair. Like, oh, wrong way. To be fair, because of the felt, that's the non-slip, right? So on my neoprene mat. Let's see if I can show you. 1 second. Oh, there you go. There's my neoprene mat, right? So they're not sliding very much. I'll put my camera back. So they don't slide. However, they're made of plastic. So if you don't keep these in something hard, they crease very easily, as you can see. That was it. How long did that take me? Half a second? Now, you could always flatten it out, but unless you keep these in a hard case, then that's going to happen. And they're going to be in your bag, and they're never going to be flat again. Okay? So, I don't know how much they are. Does anyone know how much they are retail? Because let me tell you, it's probably worth getting some neoprene ones from Hellstormwargaming.co.uk. Okay? It's probably worth getting some neoprene ones from your boy who have been chucked in a bag for years, multiple times. None of this creasing shit. Okay? Look, I think the design is really nice. And I think the idea is really nice. But 20 quid for 6 slides of plastic is like crap. I think that's well expensive. And I think the idea that you're going to... as soon as I chuck them in my bag, they're all going to get creased. Okay? They're all going to get creased and you're never going to want to use them again. Because it's no good. Again, literally, it's just plastic, okay? It's like laminate almost. So I'm adding these to the giveaway because I don't want them. I'll never use these. They're really shiny, which I hate. They're really reflective, as you can see, because they're essentially it's like laminated, right? Do they make them out of the recycled sprues? The only defining feature they have compared to other plastic ones that I've seen on the market is like the felt on the back. And the design, again, granted, is nice, but I don't think the quality of product is very good. So these are going to be added to the wheel. Oh, there's another one there. How many do you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you do get 6. I thought I got 7. You didn't take the shit I don't want. Yeah, that's kind of how this works, right? Take the free shit I don't want for free. But ones that are creasing, I'll sign it if you do want one. But one of them does have a slight creasing, but I'll be giving you this if you do win. Okay. So let me get that added to the wheel. Where my wheel gone? But as I say, if you want to get some, you can get some on hellstormwargaming.co.uk/product/Hellstorm neoprene markers. And there they are. They are slightly more expensive than GW. Members get discount, but they are made of neoprene, okay? They're made of a mouse mat material that are non-slide, non-creasable, multiple designs available, and ship right to your door by supporting a small creator. Okay? That's the small creator's me. The size is odd. They're 40mm with a 3-inch radius around them. Yeah, that's how mine are as well. That's what you need, right? Where's my giveaway bot? Okay, there is 43 eligible entrants and over 100 of you watching. So if you haven't typed exclamation point Pariah, then you've got no chance of winning one of these, including Pariah plastic bad objectives. And I'll add that. Bam, there we go. That's been added to the wheel. GDO have made their own because they have so many third parties. Yeah, I was the first one to have them in the UK. But Games Workshop make neoprene ones, but they only sell them at events. And they sell them for like 45 quid or something stupid. So I think this is to make a cheaper equivalent that's easy to make and cheaper to send out. So dog shit in my opinion. I think it's a bad product. But if you want it for free, if they were free, they'd be fine. But like for 20 quid, I don't think it'd be worth it. Christopher, thanks for joining the boys club, man. Really appreciate it. Pick metric or imperial when designing something. I guess so, but that doesn't make sense to the product, right? Because it's a 40mm objective. You need 3 inches from the edge. You can actually wash neoprene too. Yeah, you can put neoprene into a washing machine. Just wash it like you would clothes. It'd be fine. Or just hand wash it. Chuck it in the bottom of the shower or something. My Hellstorm ones have been slung in my bag hundreds of times and they still look good. Nice one, Des. I'm glad. But yeah, they're just cheap and crap in my opinion. So, I put them on the thing. You might win them. You get them for free. But the giveaway draw is going to be in 60 seconds. Okay? 60 seconds and I'll be doing the giveaway draw. Then we'll go over the Pariah Nexus mission pack. Don't sign the GW markers, bro. They might rip. I'll sign the terribly opened packet. I'll sign the terribly opened packet. How's that? Can I just steal them from your next event? You can buy some from me from my next event if you want. It's good they made them cheap. Gives third parties a chance to make something better. Yeah, literally, I just go, my product is already better. I've been selling for years. I still have my Hellstorm ones after bribing the Twitch bot with the gifted sub. Oh, classic. Which ones did you get? I can't remember now. But I've got a brand new design as well for the objectives. So if you haven't seen them, go have a look. There's a brand new design for AOS players, but it's also just good for 40k as well if you like desert. Excuse me. Sorry about that, chat. Don't wipe my face. If we win them, do we get the crease one as well? Yeah, you get this exact set that I've just creased. Do you ship to America? I sure do. Now, I will say, cringe, I know, I did have to put the prices up for shipping internationally, but international shipping is available on everything on the web store. I've tried to keep it as cheap as possible, but I am getting absolutely railed by post office, so... Okay, right, let's do the draw. Is everybody ready? If you've not typed ! Pariah in this time, it is literally your own fault. So best of luck, everyone. And let's roll it with... John! Congratulations, John! Well done, matey. I realised I didn't show the screen. John, congratulations, buddy. You've just won a chance to spin the wheel should you want it. Do you want it? That's the question. Do you want it? Well done, mate. Are you ready? Do you want me to spin the wheel? I don't mind signed. He's got to tell me to spin it, otherwise I can't. Yes, spin. Okay, here we go. John, you've just won. Imagine his price straight away. Congratulations, you've just won a Mechanicus Steam code. Congratulations, bud. You've just won Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus. Take control of the most technologically advanced army in the Imperium, the Adeptus Mechanicus. Your every decision will weigh heavily on the outcome of the mission. In this turn-based tactical game, will you be blessed by the Omnisire? I don't know. Well, only one way to find out. John, feel free to drop me a text or a message, mate. And I'll get that code sent over here to you as soon as possible. Congratulations, mate. Well done. Well done. Congrats, bud. Congrats. Okay, so if you've gifted a membership today, super chat or anything like that, or you do so for the rest of the stream, we'll be doing another one with the marbles race at the end of the stream. You don't have to be here to win. If you are here, you can have a free respin if you want one. But thank you everyone for becoming a member and gift a membership tonight. I really appreciate it. So we started doing a trigger giveaway, and then we do a full giveaway at the end as well. Okay. Okay. Well done, John. No paper this time. No paper this time. So my voice is a bit rough, but we're going to be going over the Pariah mission deck now. That's cool. But first, that's not the only thing that's arrived in my mailbox. Okay. That's not the only thing that's arrived in my mailbox. I ain't sending you another 20 quid. You're already in, Tom. Don't call me a Tory. I had this package arrive. It is a little bit off topic. However, I had a box arrive today. And this is what it said on it. It's just quite funny. Which is quite funny, as you can see. Are you drinking Prime like a 12-year-old? Yes, I am. You know why? My local shop's selling it for 50p a bottle, and it's quite tasty. Has anyone worked out? It doesn't mean Tory Mikey Sherbet. Did anyone recognize this? It doesn't mean Tory Mikey. So I don't actually know what's in here. Explain the Jake Paul haircut. Does no one recognize it? Ah, there we go. That's and Des has got it. Yes, it's called Taskmaster. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that. Chat, have I got a task? What do you reckon I've got to do? Oh, shit. Okay, don't drop that. Oh, I feel like I'm about to be on the show. Where's Greg Davies when you need him and Alex Horn? Okay. Oh, I don't want to open it. It looks so good. Mikey got a TV show? Maybe. Maybe. And did little Alex Horn hand deliver it? I think so. First task, get to our TV studio. Oh, I ripped the paper. Shit. Shit. How do you open this? There we go. I ripped it. God damn it. Okay. It says, Mikey, thank you for making all the wonderful content. Would you like to star in Taskmaster? First task, don't rip the paper. No, what I did want to say is there is a new game called Taskmaster VR, as you can see. Your time starts now. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the launch of Taskmaster VR on June 13th, which is in 3 days. VR gamers can experience the wonderful world of Taskmaster, whether putting themselves in the contestant hot seat or taking the mantle of the Taskmaster's assistant in creative mode. Chaos will ensue. Enjoy this little parcel of goodies. Also, make sure you try the game. Your time starts now. If you'd like to tag us in any online posts, you can find us at Scallywag Arcade on all platforms. There you go. There's a new Taskmaster VR game that's coming out. Now, sadly, I don't have a VR headset, but they were like, well, maybe your fans do, and we'll send you some stuff to tell them about it. And I've got some Taskmaster sweets. Very cool. Very cool. I'll be your hot seat senpai. Who would I invite onto my own Taskmaster show? Let's be honest. Let's ask. Wait. Chat. Alex Horn! Oh, this is great. This is good. It's Magoo. Okay. Look. I think I look good. Mods versus Mikey. Oh, that'd be hilarious. What else? What else have we got? We've got a little Taskmaster duck. No one cared who I was until I put the mask there, literally. Does it squeak? Magoo. You think that looks like Magoo? What's Taskmaster? It's a challenge TV show by Alex Horn. Taskmaster VR is how Mikey finds new mods. That would be hilarious. Oh, chat, I didn't win a trophy this weekend, but I did get one in the post, so I think that counts. He's Greg Davis's head. Oh, that's so sick. That's so good. Greg Davis's head is a trophy. Finally, I won a trophy this weekend. Finally. Sliced trophy. It's a UK thing. Hasn't really caught it in the US. No, it's definitely more of a UK TV show. I think there's a US version, though. The one I loved was the series with Ramesh Ranganathan in it. He's hilarious. I fucking love that guy. So thank you to Scallywag Arcade Games for sending me a very fun box. And again, as I mentioned, on June 13th, VR gamers can experience a wonderful world of Taskmaster. And if you want to find out more, you can go to Scallywag Arcade on all platforms. And maybe you can defeat the real Alex Horn and win the Greg Davis head. Use that for your favorite player trophy. That would be quite funny. That would be quite funny. That's very cool. I like it. Is it 3D printed? Maybe. Okay. Right. That was quite enough of that. That's quite enough of that chaos. Put the sweets down as well. Thank you to Scallywag Arcade for sponsoring the stream. Really appreciate it. Taskmaster Gamer All-Stars. That would be funny. If you haven't seen Taskmaster, it's fucking hilarious. Shall we just watch a random Taskmaster clip? Taskmaster. You can watch it all on YouTube, I think. It's just like dumb challenges. Like, pull the pineapples on the path. Full Taskmaster. There you go. Alex Horn is like the Taskmaster. Well, Greg Davis is the Taskmaster, but Alex Horn like the assistant. 5 comedians being given a random task in a really weird conundrum, and it's about being creative to try and complete the task. I'm not gonna sit and watch it all. It's a fucking hilarious show. It's so good. I haven't watched it in ages, but I watched probably the first 6 seasons of it. It's a very, very good TV show. Very, very good. But yeah, there's a VR game coming out. That's why they sent me a little package. So thank you for sitting through that. I really appreciate it. Okay. Right. The thing you're here for. The mission pack. Hey? You want to talk about a mission pack, do you? Now, if you have already read some of this you'll already know. But if you don't know, there is a brand new Pariah Nexus mission pack. This is a chapter-approved mission deck. This is the idea of this in competitive play. It replaces the Leviathan mission deck. This is the updated new pack. It's not completely fresh. It takes a lot of the old ideas in the Leviathan mission deck, takes out all the ones that nobody likes, takes some that people don't like and changes them, and then leaves some of the good ones in there. Okay. Ludwig does his own version called Unpaid Intense Streamers. Yeah, it's actually brilliant. It's actually really good. Yeah, the yoinking twist on that was very good. It's funny when he calls them tasks instead of jobs. So this is the brand new chapter approved. It is designed to replace the mission pack competitively. If you don't want to buy this and you want to continue playing Leviathan, that is also fine. It's just, if you want to keep up with the meta, if you're playing tournaments and stuff like that, they're probably going to be using this one now. Okay. Now, you probably don't need this because you can probably wait for Goonhammer to update the OTC Battles app. However, this is the new one you want to pre-order. It's on pre-order now. I would recommend getting one sooner rather than later because these things tend to go out of stock very quickly. Is Leviathan one going to be obsolete? Competitively, yes, it is going to be obsolete. However, if you play casually and you don't want to buy the new one, you can just keep playing Leviathan. There's nothing stopping you. But their focus now will be on this one. Okay, that's kind of what they do. It used to be every 6 months, but now it's annually. They will take the mission pack that we know and love, and they'll update it and release a new one, and this is the new one. Okay. If you've already got a Leviathan mission pack, you know exactly what's in here. The contents are exactly the same. Okay. You have a slip explaining some of the interesting mission formats. You get 6 objectives, which have Necron logos on them now, which is very fun. There's 6 cardboard objectives. You get a pile of mission rules. You get a pile of primary missions. You get a pile of deployment types. And you get 2 sets of secondary mission decks. Each one the attacker, both one the defender, both identical. And you also get secret missions, which is the only real thing that's different in here, barring what's actually on the cards, which replaces the gambits. Okay. So you get a whole bunch of cards in here. But again, if you've played Leviathan, it's going to feel very familiar because the format is exactly the same. Okay. What's changed is some of the information and some of the little things about it. And a lot of the changes are on this slip of paper that no tournament player ever has on them, but is one of the most important pieces of maybe A4 tops. One of the most important pieces of paper in the mission pack, and people lose this. So don't lose it. It's very important. Okay. But if you do lose it, don't worry, because I'm going to tell you all the information on it. And now's the time to screenshot. as you can see, this is the Pariah Nexus Battles Pack. Okay, so we're going to go through what's available in it, and then we're going to go through the cards and stuff, and we're not going to read out every single card, but what we are going to do is talk about the differences and things you need to watch out for. Okay, there are 6 deployment cards, there are 10 mission rules, there are 9 primary mission decks. I'm pretty sure the numbers there are all exactly the same, but there are 18 attacker defender cards, which is 2 more than you are used to, because the previous mission pack has 16. There's now 18 secondaries. Okay. And then you've got a secret mission deck, which have 4 of each, and 4 of them of each. You used to have 3 gambits, so it was 4 technically because you have proceed as planned, but now you have 4 to choose from. Okay, a lot of it's going to feel very familiar. You've got muster armies, you've got shuffle the deployment card, draw 1 of each, etc. Create the battlefield. All of this is exactly the same. And as I choose out leaves a layer screen, yeah, put me on it. You got the attacker defender. There are still fixed missions and they're still tactical, so that is all exactly the same. Essentially, you can still choose 2 secondaries, which have the little logo in the corner, to be your cards that you play throughout the game. Or you can play tactical, where you take the entire deck, shuffle it, and draw 2 a turn. The big difference is fixed. There's now 9 available rather than 8. And also, you can score a maximum of 20 per card. I think 20 VP is the same, but the point is that you have an extra card choice. Essentially, there's 9 rather than 8. Again, exactly. This is the mission deck for your tournament. Yeah, this will be used at my event. You will need one of these, or at least the Battles app updated to be able to play at my event, because you'll need this one. The big one, the real big one, really, is New Orders. You've probably already heard of this, but New Orders is now not limited to once per game. So New Orders says you can spend 1 CP at the end of your command phase to discard an active secondary and redraw 1. This used to be once per game. It is now whenever you like. You can use this every single turn. So previously in the Leviathan mission deck, you had access to 16 cards in your mission deck. You would draw 2 per turn, and you had 1 chance to redraw 1 of them using New Orders, meaning the maximum you will see of your deck throughout a game, of your 16 cards, you'll see 2 a turn maximum, because if let's say you score both or you discard both every turn, you'll draw 2 a turn. That's 10 cards you'll see from the 16 deck. And if you spend New Orders as well, you'll see 11 total. That's the maximum amount of cards. So in every game, you'll miss just over or just under a third of the cards in the deck, because you will only see 11. You got 16 available. With New Orders being in play, now we have more cards. There's 18 cards for the secondary missions. However, with New Orders, you can redraw 1 every turn, which means you'll see 3 cards, maximum 3 cards in any mission. So you actually see 15 out of 18 rather than 11 out of 16. So you actually got a more chance of seeing every single card, or a card you want at the right time. Now, there are some secondary missions which make it so you can actually see the entire deck to a point where you can actually filter the entire deck and run out. However, I don't know if they'll be using the competitive format. But we'll get into that in a little bit.
Thomas Wilkins.
Hey, Tom, thanks for the 8 months, bud.
Of membership, new Space Marine trailers. Discuss.
I haven't seen the new trailers, but we'll watch them definitely.
Celebrates 8 months of membership. New Space
I saw the
Marine
Summer Game Fest one. I
trailers.
lie. It looked
Discuss.
decent, but it's all just teaser. I want a real gameplay trailer, you know. Do they include 2 sets? Yeah. So if you've got one of these, you and a friend can play, because it's got an attacker and defender deck just as normal. The format of this is exactly the same as Leviathan. The difference is the cards inside. So being able to redraw 1 every turn is quite interesting, because New Orders currently is a bit risky if you do it early game. Because if you do it early game, you might draw something really crap late game when you're a much closer game, or you'll redraw capture to be outpost because you drew it turn 1, and then you'll be on the back foot because you've never got a new chance to redraw. But yeah, the fact that you can redraw every single turn, I think you're going to see a lot more people using a lot of command points to cycle through them, which is going to allow them to score points. But I also think they're going to be running out of CP quite quickly. So I think you're probably going to start to see more people taking like characters and stuff like that that can generate CP more. Because at the minute, if you play tactical, you don't really need to generate more CP because you're probably gonna be discarding one most turns because you might not be able to score it. And if you have a character that gives you CP at the start of the turn or whatever, and then you discard a card later, you still can't gain another CP because that's limited to once per turn. So with you being able to use new orders every single turn, suddenly you need to probably find 1 CP most turns to be able to score both your cards every single turn. Do you think people will start to fish for specific cards with the new mechanic? No, I just think people will use new orders way more than they already were. You know, new orders pretty much comes up every game. I imagine you'll probably want to use 2 or 3 times a game, depending what you draw, obviously. If you get a good pull, then you're not going to need it. But when you're on the back foot, people are going to more likely go, I'm going to have to spend new orders. My chat's not updating for some reason. There we go. Let's catch up a little bit. Like Calgar. Yeah, like Calgar is a great one. Like the Autark Wayleaper is a great one as well. So this is a very big change. It feels very little, but it's actually a very huge change, to be honest. What else has changed on here? I don't think a great deal else has changed on here. The main thing is the little change here is reserve restrictions. So like no more than half can go into reserve transports, including units inside. The main change here is reserve units cannot arrive on the battlefield during the first battle round, excluding units placed into strategic reserve during the battle. So most people who play a lot probably already know, but more casual players probably don't realize that if you have, like, for example, Grey Knights or Necron's Hypercrypt or the Calidus Assassin, they have an ability. At the end of your opponent's turn, you can remove those units from the battlefield and they go into strategic reserve. If you go second in the first battle round, so your opponent has their turn, and then you pick up units before you actually start your first turn, you can pick up units and then deep strike them in the same battle round. So you can actually deep strike them turn 1. Because you start on the battlefield, you are removed from the battlefield, then you land back down. We've now got clarification that is definitely how it works. It says reserve units cannot arrive on the battlefield during the first battle round, excluding units placed into strategic reserve during the battle. So yeah, like this isn't going, oh well, you can just deep strike turn 1. That's not what it's saying. But units that can start on the board and go into reserve and then land again later can actually do that turn 1. And this is never changed, but it's clarified on paper now that this isn't like an oversight. So Grey Knights, Necrons, Hypercrypt Necrons, Calidus Assassins, anything that can go into strategic reserve and then arrive at the battlefield in the same turn, okay? The same battle round, sorry. But it only works if you go in second, right? If you go first, you don't get the chance to pick up and put down because you've gone first, you pick up, and then it's your opponent's battle turn, and then it's battle round 2, so it doesn't matter. But that is like kind of like a little bit of a big change that you just need to like kind of be aware of. And then another big change you've probably heard of as well is when you are deploying, if you deploy a Titanic unit, your opponent sets up 2 units before you set up your next one. There's been a lot of changes in this mission pack to try and make Imperial Knights and Chaos Knights, the larger versions anyway, more interesting, because you just don't see large knight models like Titanic or anything in games right now, because Titanic are just like so many points. They really struggle to like deal with like half the game, like doing actions like cleansing and homers and stuff like that. They really struggle to deal with that. And it feels like a lot of the little changes you find in the mission pack, such as Titanic deployment and Titanic characters, which we'll get into, they've kind of like tried to make it so like they can do multiple things where a normal unit can only do one because you're paying so many points on one model. So this is like a really nice change. Again, if you're playing Imperial Knights or Chaos Knights, you've got like lots of little quality of life changes just to make it feel a little bit less harsh for playing such a low model count. Because before they used to be so devastating, but now with the way that terrain blocks them off, so they can't see anything, they've got to stand in the middle and do an action like investigate signals or something stupid. They're just like trying to like make that like the action economy is a little bit better for them, and then deployment economy is good as well. So, like, if you've got 4 knights, you've got 4 drops, you drop an Imperial Knight, they drop 2. You drop an Imperial Knight, they've dropped 2. So they've dropped 4 in this space, you've dropped 2, which is quite nice. It's a nice little change. I really like it. I think it's good. So that's most of the changes on the first part of this mission, Pariah Nexus Battle Slip. Again, it's quite important because there's a lot of little minor changes there that you don't realize until you like get deep into it and have a look. So on the other side, as you can see, it's clarified the deployment steps. You always redeploy units before you roll for the first turn, unless you've got a rule that says otherwise. Again, most people know this, but again, it just kind of clarifies it. You do pre-battle rules. All of this, relatively straightforward, okay? All of this, you kind of know this. It's all obvious. Now, it clarifies how you score points. With the primary and or secret mission, you score maximum 50 points. Secondary, up to 40, with fixed missions being 20 of each. And then battle ready, you get 10. So everyone gets 10. Redeploy clarification is nice. Yeah, because it does it, so it just says before the battle begins. It's just like redeploy. So like there's some armies that say after determine the first turn, who's taking the first turn. So that'd be 11.1, for example. Most people will be redeploying at step 10. Which again, we all already know this already, but it's nice it's written down, right? The secret missions, which are essentially the replacement for gambits. They all look very doable. They all look like you can actually play them. So where gambits have kind of been written off and no one ever does them, secret missions are something very, very interesting. You're probably going to see these probably like a lot of the time. Maybe like a third of the time, I reckon, because if you are on the back foot, you have a very good chance of scoring a secret mission instead of a primary. Okay. And then actions. You've all heard that actions are now in. And being eligible to shoot is not. Now, my poor little Baal Predator, the thumbnail, the one you've been waiting for. My poor little Baal Predators, okay? I love these so much. They move 12, they re-roll advance rolls, and when they advance, they gain the assault keyword, okay? Bosh, bosh. They have an 18-inch flamer, a 12-inch flamer, a hunter-killer missile, and when they advance, they gain the assault keyword, but can only shoot infantry. However, they re-roll advance rolls. So what they do is they start behind some terrain, they advance on average 16 inches, and then they have the assault keyword. So then they do cleanse, or they do deploy teleport homers, or they do investigate signals, and then they overwatch the shit out of everything. I love this unit. They're so good. They're so stupidly good in the mission. And now they're not. Because an action is essentially everything that you thought was weird about doing actions before they were calling actions is now gone. So you can't do actions if you have OC 0. You can't do actions if you advance. You can't do actions if you're in combat. So all of these little things that felt really weird, like advancing and doing actions like with a tank, doing actions in combat because you got a pistol, doing actions in combat because you're a vehicle, doing actions if you fall back because you can fall back and shoot, for example. All of that is gone. All of that is just out the window, okay? The only thing that can do an action whilst engaged at range is a Titanic character, and the Titanic characters can also shoot and do an action, because it is because they're saying again, like the action economy of like having like 4 models, they're trying to benefit characters only. The knight and the guy riding it are better than everyone else because they're huge essentially. And it also says that you can't do an action if you are not eligible to shoot this phase, including units that have already been selected to shoot this phase. Which also means if you shoot and you have an ability to shoot twice, you can't shoot and then do an action. That's kind of what this this kind of clarifies. This is definitely important since Sisters just got attached to where all weapons gain assault. Yeah, like Renegade Raiders is one where everyone gains assault. There's loads of like little detachments and loads of abilities that like advance and do an action is like super common. Like advance and have assault, or just assault weapon units are way more common because you can advance and do an action, right? Scouts with shotguns are a great example. Advance, do an action. Tau Montcar, everything has assault. Advance, do an action. You know? Renegade Raiders, as I mentioned. Sisters, they all gain assault. having assault weapons on a unit is super crucial, not just because you can advance and shoot, it's because you can advance and score points. And shooting's great, scoring points is better. You know, the reason we shoot our opponent is because either we got a card in our hand that tells us to, or we're trying to stop them killing us so we can do more actions later. So this is like a humongous change, because it's basically the same as it was, but now there's no janky stuff to be able to do it, such as in combat or advancing or falling back. So I think this is going to make have like quite a drastic change on armies. You're going to find more armies are taking cheap units that just move fast because they want to get out and do an action such as cleanse, because they can't advance onto it. And again, whilst I love this unit and I love the Overwatch capability of it, suddenly it's lost a lot of flexibility, because the whole reason they're like good because they're multi-purpose. They're really good at shooting infantry. They're really good at an Overwatch threat, but they also love to advance and do an action early game, which is really nice. Excuse me. So that's something you got to be aware of. If you built an army now, you can just play it in the new mission pack. You can just go for it, but your army is functionally changed because actions are like completely different to the way they were. Thank you, appreciate it. If you take the battle line secret mission, your opponent didn't take any battle line on their list, do I just auto score it? Potentially. I'd have to have another look, but we'll get into it. Ask me again when we get to the mission rule. Or the secret mission, sorry. So that's that. I think everything else is relatively straightforward. So most of that you already know. The main changes are obviously action, and that's like a really, really large change. So, without further ado, let's talk about the other change. It's deployments. And most people have said, well, Hammer and Anvil, Search and Destroy, and Crucible and Battle are all the same, right? And that's not true. They've all had a slight change. And the reason being is because I don't think these measure to the center anymore. Now, they might do. You could arguably say they might measure to the center. I'm just going to have a look at the card, see if there's a point on there or not. But the measurements for the objectives look like they're to their edge, not the center. Which I think is very strange. Now, you could say it slightly overlaps the arrow. It might be to the center, but I thought that was a very weird change compared to the last one. Where, are you measuring to the center of the objective? Are you measuring to the edge of the objective? But the format has technically changed compared to the last one. Where's my bag? I think my bag's downstairs. Maybe I could Google it. Leviathan, Dawn of War. Maybe that'll come up. Let me see if I can find an old one. Oh, maybe it was the same. I thought it was always to the edge. Ignore me, that's a moot point then. My apologies, chat. I'm talking out my ass. I thought it was different, it's actually not. The difference is that in the first pack that I forgot to mention, I'm trying to put it all back. I don't want to try to put it all back on stream, doesn't matter. The difference is page 1, creating the battlefield. It says missions unplayed on 44x16 size. They've clarified it's no longer minimum, it is just 44x60, which has allowed them to put the measurements on the edge of the board rather than just from the center. Because measuring from the center means it doesn't matter what board size you're on, all the objectives are always in the same place. Now, this mission pack is designed to be played on the minimum size, 44x60, so they've measured from the edge. Now, if you play on any other size, it means all your objectives will have the incorrect measurements, so you'll have to do the counter. But most people these days are playing 44 by 60. So yeah, I think they still are measuring to the center. My apologies, I was mistaken. So all of these are actually the same. All of these, yeah, these are all bang on the same. They haven't actually changed. So my apologies. Obviously, the big change here is Dawn of War. The fact that the objective is in the same place, but the deployment zones are 12 inches. You technically can't stand an objective with a new pack until the tournament companion comes out. Yeah, but I think we can be safe to say it's going to be the same. So the deployments of Dawn of War are a lot closer. 12 inches on, which means you're only 20 inches apart. So anything that's fast moving that moves 12 can now declare a charge as deployment zone tier 1. Anything that can move even faster, that's such as advanced charges, having a terrific time. All I'm thinking, after this weekend, when I went to Wolf Jail, Thunderwolves can advance 19 inches and still charge. If they go second, they can start here and be an inch away from your deployment zone before charging. You honestly can't hide from Wolf Jail anymore until there's an FAQ for them. Which is honestly crazy. I think making Dawn of War even shorter, the even wider deployment zone is actually a really crazy change, to be honest. Because it's just like that gap is even smaller. So every table is like 20 inches apart, if not less. Now, you probably not have terrain to be able to hide right on the deployment line a lot of the time. But that is a really, really big change. Well, I need an FAQ, because moving 19 inches with Thunderwolves is crazy. That stratagem has got bikes in mind because they auto-advance 6 naturally. That is an oversight if I ever saw one. Having a strat that auto-advances 6 and use it on a bike that already auto-advances 6 is silly. That's why it's auto-advance 9 to give you extra movement. Putting that on Thunderwolves is mad. And then these ones, I think these ones are so strange. I think these are honestly like the ginger stepchild of the deployments now, you know? I think they're a lot easier to set up. Sweeping engagement, obviously, before being from here to this corner. Now, obviously, you couldn't put much in the corner a lot of the time, because obviously it gets so thin. But I think it's really strange to make it like blocky deployment. Because like, I think the idea, I've always thought like the idea is like you're meeting equal footing apart from the opponent. And then this one is just like, yeah, just have some random blocks. Which I thought was so strange. Because this 14 to 14, so what's that, 44? So 16 inches apart there, I think, from this corner to that corner, which is a bit wild. Which is like, obviously, super, super close. But I think just like setting up, it's going to be really easy. Setting up is going to be great. And I think that's like the main thing. I just think on paper, it just looks really strange, right? Rip those companies that made mats with deployment zones marked on. Yeah, unlucky to Game Mat just sent me 10 different mats, all with deployment markings on. That's a big rough. Is search and destroy different? Because it looks like the deployment is 9 inches from the edge of the objective instead of the center. Oh, yeah. Good spot, Raziel. Very, very good spot. That... Or is it overlapped again? No, it's not. I don't think it is. Does that mean you deploy half an inch back in the center? Or is it to the center? Because the arrow is touching the edge on there. But then it has like the symbol of center of the battlefield is that. Interesting. So that needs clarity. Does the old one like that? No, the old one was the same. That's something I've never noticed before. Yeah, this is the old one. It's exactly the same, look. I think it's still 9 from the center, right? I think we're kind of like... I think we're reaching for a weird thing. Not too bad. I feel like you could Sharpie dot each corner of the staggered deployment zone without much destruction and still make it easy to do. Oh, yeah, but the point is if you've got a product that they're selling and they've got all the deployment maps on now, it's got some that they don't use. The other arrows on the objective marker see the same mission going to the marker. The center one does not. No, that's true. I agree. But then the previous one, the previous card is the same as this, and everyone's measured to the center. But you could argue that that might... I think because it's the center dot is like 4 hours and a dot in the center. So I think he's still 9 from the center. I don't think it's changed. But a good spot, though. It is definitely different. But I don't think that's the intention. But yeah, like these just look a bit strange. And again, they're quite easy to deploy and set up, but they just feel strange because of like the way they've got like these boxes, right? Because like, why can't your army go across here? But diagonal deployments are always a little bit awkward to set up, especially the like sweeping engagement, because you're usually dragging a tape measure all the way along here, and it's never quite right. I think once you've played it a couple of times, you'll get your head around it. But it's just like it just feels a bit strange. Just on paper, it does look strange. I hate the Tetris block. Yeah, it looks like Tetris blocks 100%. This one's actually, joking aside though, this one is a lot easier to set up than doing like straight all the way across. You know, it just feels weird. It literally that is literally it though. It just feels weird. It'll be fine when we start playing, but it just feels weird. Most people just replay Search and Destroy because that's the one that's most fun. Everyone knows Search and Destroy is the one that's most fun. See, that's a death. Search and Destroy is still my favorite. Everyone will just play this one. 90% of the missions will be this one. And that's the thing. Everything we say tonight about these mission packs and how weird all the combos you can have, what you got to remember is we'll be playing with a Pariah Nexus mission tournament companion that will tell us the missions we'll be playing for the next year or whatever. So you can obviously draw and do normal, but most people in tournaments will be playing a set mission pack, so we won't be drawing ever. I'm going to probably see with the Leviathan next since I played it enough to get this to get stale. You can continue playing Leviathan, that's totally fine. And most of it is the same anyway, barring the weird deployments, to be honest. There's only just been like some slight changes, but you don't need to change. You don't have to play this new one. It's just if you want to play a tournament, they're probably going to be playing this one, you know? And if you're playing a mission pack with someone else, tell them to bring it. We've also got 9 new primaries. Look at that perfect picture where my head's supposed to be. Izzy, thanks for 31 months.
31 months of membership. Hi Mikey, I'm starting a World Eaters army for 40k. Smiley face.
Nice, exciting. Get angry on and have a great time.
Hi Mikey, I'm starting a World Eaters army for 40k. Smiley face.
Very cool, very cool. Hope you have fun with that. I think people will play Leviathan with just new action rules. Yeah, they could do, definitely. You could just go, well, here's the action thing. Can we do it this way instead? That fixes a lot of the problems with it, I think. Because I think it was the action thing, right? I think I kind of skipped over a little bit, but It just kills Nurglings as action monkeys. It kills Spore Mines as action monkeys. It's Death Company, so they can't do actions, which makes it a little bit annoying. So, and then everything, all like the in combat, falling back from combat, assaulting and stuff, they're all like super strange. And I think it's probably better for the game to not have them do it, because I think Spore Mines doing behind enemy lines is brutal, like super brutal. It's just a bit annoying as an opponent having to deal with a Spore Mine to do actions. It'd be annoying for a Tyranny player, don't get me wrong, but it can be annoying as an opponent to deal with it. Scarabs only when they have a cryptid nearby. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, your entire army's going to change, basically. Nurglings still wear their points, just as move blockers -1 to hit. Yeah, for sure. But the thing is they were move blockers -1 to hit, and they did actions. Now they lose that. It's the same with this, right? As I mentioned, this was really good because it overwatches. It's a Val Predator, and it's quite shooty. It's good at Overwatch. I said that. And it's fast, but now it loses one of the benefits. So it's still good. It's just not worth as much as its points, right? The value is far degraded. So yeah, so nine primary missions. Now a lot of them are the same. Take and hold is the same. Hold 3 objectives, 5 points a turn. The ritual is mostly the same, except you set them up 12 inches away rather than 9. So you're gonna be able to get objectives easier, but you're gonna have to push them further apart, because before it was 9 inches. But otherwise, the mission is basically the same, you know? Did 3 cool things, now it's just 2. Yeah, exactly. So if you did three cool things, it was 150 points. Each one of those cool things was 50 points, right? Now, they're 75 each. That's what you got to kind of think about it, you know, when you're thinking about a unit. If it does multiple good things, and then it loses one, it's cut down by a percentage of its value. Overall, it's still a good unit, but it's more expensive. Arguably more expensive. You know? Nurglings are what? 60 points? 35 points? I don't even know how many points they are. I think in a Battle Predator, it's 140 points. It does 3 cool things. It's fast, it overwatches, and it does actions. Now it's fast and overwatches. So it's like more expensive. 40 points. So yeah, so before it was like 13 points in action. Now it's 15 or something. No, it's 13 points in action, or 13 points of do actions, move, block, -1 to hit. 13 points-ish. Now they only do 2, so that's 20 points per action type thing. That's the way I see it anyway. It's just less valuable. That's the problem. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so the ritual basically the same, just your objectives are further apart, which you're going to be setting up loads anyway. You just might have to spread out a little bit more. You're still going to be able to do just throw objectives out everywhere, because it's just basically there's only objective in No Man's Land and your home, and you only get them for holding in No Man's Land. Now the deployments are going to actually be quite interesting, because on sweeping engagement, when you set up objectives, you can get multiple objectives set up that the capture zone are actually in your deployment zone. Because when you set up your 40mm marker, it has to be outside the deployment zone, but the 3 inches doesn't. So what you can do is you can set them up on the deployment line. Your deployment line's here, you know, and then you set it up there, and then you can capture it all around here, 3 inches away. So so having them 12 inches apart is going to mean that you're going to have to be, it might be a bit weird where you deploy them. Obviously, it depends on what deployments these are recommended with, but that's also something to keep an eye on, you know? The ritual doesn't say if your objective overhangs the edge. No, yeah, so you can have them up. It just has to be on the board, right? I don't think you can have an objective marker, the physical marker, the 40mm, hanging off the edge, but the capture zone, definitely. Definitely hanging off the edge, yeah, why not? So that's like, so, and then having them further apart as well, so you're not gonna be able to have them as close, because 9 inches is fucking nothing, you know? Any unit can advance 9 inches and get onto a different point. Now it's 12, it's a little bit harder. So, but otherwise, just the same. Scorched Earth, basically the same, except you can. I think you can burn till the end of the battle now. So, do an action. 1 unit from your army within range of objective marker. End of your opponent's next turn, or the end of the battle, whichever comes first. If your unit is still within range of that same objective marker and you control it, you also don't have to be an inch away from the center. So as long as you're within 3, you can now burn the objective in Scorched Earth. That's obviously quite a big change as well, because you can be further away. You can kind of like hang on the edge of it and start burning it, rather than having to be right in the center as you were before, because it's within an inch of the objective, which is obviously quite close. And then it is burned. You get 5 in no man's land, and 10 if it's in your opponent's deployment zone. 12 inch is 6 inch between capture zones. Yeah, but when you set them up, right, you're 1 inch away, right? So you can't just like advance and then do it. But you can't advance and do it either. So it's a little bit harder. But still. I don't think it is. If it's 12 inches... Yeah, I suppose if it's 3, then you got a 6 inch gap, I guess. You're right. But still, this one's a lot easier now, because you can actually do it on the final turn. You can burn your opponent's objective marker in the final turn, which before it was only at the end of your opponent's next turn. So if you if you did it in the 5th turn, it would never complete. Now you can do it. This is a massive boost for anyone who goes second, because then they can take objective markers, do the action, and it'll burn at the end of their turn, and they'll score the point straight away. So Scorched Earth, the burn action is actually going to be super crucial in a lot of games because of this end of battle thing, you know? You go second, you get score at the end of your turn. Yeah, end of the command phase or the end of your turn if you go second. And you can burn on your last turn. That's like crazy. You're going to see people going second and getting like 30 points. You know? Obviously, depending on the deployment type, because obviously this is all crucial to deployment type. But you get 5 VP for each one in no man's land and 10 in your opposed deployment zone. You can like push out for that last objective, take it off them, then score 10, and then score 2 in the middle for like 10, another 10 or whatever, or 15. Which is great. Oh, you can only get max 10. Still, you can get 20 on the last turn, which is like a really big leap. Because I think overall, you're probably going to get less points in these missions now. These ones feel very similar, but some missions are going to be ones where you're just like not going to be able to max them out. Which is weird, for sure. Because supply drop as well is still in. I hate this mission. I can't stand this mission whatsoever. It's so crap. It's so crap. So supply drop is you select 2 objective markers. One of them becomes the alpha, one of them becomes the omega. Start of the 4th battle round, the alpha's removed. Start of the 5th battle round, the omega's removed. Everything but the omega's removed. And then you gain points, and the points are higher the further you get into the game. I play these missions so many times. It's just a feel bad if you go second and your opponent's got like custodies or something, you know, something like super high OC, walks to that one objective and scores 15 points and wins. It's actually crap. I'm surprised it stayed, and with no change, I don't think. Like no change whatsoever. I don't understand why they leave this one in. Even priority targets, where everyone's like it's max 45, is a better mission than this one. Vital ground is annoying, better mission than this one. You know? This one's weird. It's just, I've played custodies on this one so many times, and it always makes me sad. They just walk onto the point with their OC3 models, kill everything on it, and then they get 15 points. It's like, okay, cool, great. Cool. Good time, good time. How did I get? None, because you're already on it. I've just killed what's on it. Now I just have to fucking try and defend it from you. It's just like, it's just an annoying one to play, I think. Hey, Con, how you doing, bud? I think going second is stronger than supply drop. Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. You don't score it because they walk onto it and stop you scoring the primary because they know which one's going to get removed. So they go and stand on the one that's the omega. You kill them off it, and then they just walk on and kill you, and they score 15. And it's like, okay, cool, great. It's crap. It's honestly crap, but there we go. It's still there. But there's 5 that are new-ish. 5 kind of new. Linchpin. If a player whose turn does not control the objective marker in the deployment zone, they score 3 VP for each objective marker they control, or 5 VP if they hold the one in the deployment zone and score 3 VP for that one. So this one's just like, it's just taken hold with extra steps. This one's just taken hold with extra steps. I think you'll see this one quite a lot. Because it forces you to just have something at the back. But ultimately, it's just taken hold. It's not too exciting. It's just a little bit. It's a little bit spicy. It's a bit different. It's fine. I don't mind it. I don't mind. I've got nothing against it. It's an okay mission. Burden of Trust. The player's turn it scores 4 VP for each objective marker they control that is not within their deployment zone. Then for each objective marker that player controls, they can select 1 unit from their army, excluding aircraft, within range to guard it until the start of the next turn. And then from the second battle round, at the end of each player's turn, the player's turn it scores 2 VP for each of their units that are within range of and guard an objective marker. So this one is kind of like almost like capture the flag type thing, like put up a flag and hold it. I know there is stuff like raise the banners in a minute, which essentially, as long as you keep a unit on it and that unit stays there, you get 6 points for each objective you control during the turn rather than 4. It's not crazy. It's just going to make you score a little bit faster. If you've got units that can stay on an objective and remain there while hiding, it's going to be great. If you've got like a really good shooting army versus combat army, it's going to be great because you can just sit on an objective and score 6 points. It punishes like sticky objectives. Because you can't have it, you can't sticky it and guard it at the same time. So things like Custodes, for example, or like basic troops that have sticky objective, they get punished by this because they won't get the extra 2. But it does mean they can move out and start guarding a different one, right? So they can get 4 points on one they've sticked and then 6 on the next one. Again, it's a nice one. It's relatively straightforward. People are going to probably start forgetting about guarding until they've played it a few times. But I like it. I think it's a nice mission. Again, it's kind of a bit like taking hold with extra steps, but I like it. I don't want all my missions to be like crazy complicated, like unexplode ordnance, which you are never going to see in a competitive environment, I don't think. This is deploy servo skulls, okay? This is servo skulls. One of my units within range of objective marker, and a hazard objective, you control. End of your turn, if a unit performing this action is still within range, you control that objective marker. You can move the hazard objective markers up to 6. When doing so, the objective marker cannot end on top of an enemy terrain feature. And then at the end of each player's turn, the player whose turn scores 8 VP if it's within their opponent's deployment zone, 5 VP if it's wholly within 6, and then 2 VP if it's wholly within 12. It's a weird one. You can only move it once. You can move all the objectives, but you can only move once because you used to be able to use it twice. It was very stupid. I don't think you'll see this one very often again. As I mentioned, it's deploy servo skulls. Nobody likes it. It's kick a ball towards your opponent to score points. If you're already beating them, you would win more because you scored loads VP. It's very unlikely for you to be like losing a game and then suddenly get the high because you've got to do so many actions to push the objective away from you. So you're just going to get like crap points, right? You're only going to get 2 VP. I think this mission is why they've made some of the deployment zones closer for this 2 VP to having it wholly within 12 inches of your opponent's deployment zone. But I don't like it. I think it's crap. I think it's a crap mission. I think it'll be fun once or twice, and then like competitively, it's just going to be dog poo. Because you just got like loads of things that do actions. You're constantly pushing out towards your opponent. Your opponent's on the back foot if they are doing it, or you're on the back foot because they're killing you and then pushing the objectives back to you. It sounds like it should be interactive, but I'm not sure it will be. I think it'll be like a win more mission, to be honest. And then finally, Terraform. We have spoken about Terraform already. This is just doing action on a point to get 2 VP, which is fine. The thing is with it is kind of like flipping objectives. You kind of like mark them. Once an objective has been terraformed, then you score that 2 VP. You can't do it again, and your opponent can't do it again either. Which is quite nice. So it's kind of like race in the middle, do some actions, get some points, and then you're gonna like keep gaining 2 points. So even if like this is gonna be good for like fast moving early armies that can't like Tau Montcav, for example. They get out there, they get on the objectives, they terraform them, and then all their chaff dies, and then they're just shooting with like 2 riptides in the back. But they're going to score 2 VP every turn for every objective marker they flip, and you can only do it once. I find it crazy you can do it multiple times in one turn, just put lots of infiltrating units down. Yeah, exactly. So if you have like 3 infiltrating units you go first, you can flip every objective marker in the middle, you know, which is honestly a bit crazy. I think you can do the same here as well. Yeah, so like these ones, you're gonna want some really fast moving units that can do an action, or infiltrating or scouting units, because both of these missions, you can do multiple times. So all the objectives you terraform. So that's 6 points a turn in the bank without doing anything. Because every mission has 3, unless using hidden supplies, right? So you have 3 units of scouts, scout into points, terraform them. That's 6 points every turn for the rest of the game. It is a bit wild. Now you're going to lose those objectives, the 3 units of scouts. But you're going to need to have some sort of infiltrating scouting unit yourself to stop your opponent walking on, you know? However, the thing is with it is it's the end of your opponent's next turn, which is obviously, you know, a bit more difficult compared to this one. But if you can get behind a wall and do it and your opponent can't touch you, then it's going to be pretty crazy, because you'll be able to get 6 points. So this terraform's a little bit harder compared to like servo skulls or unexploded ordnance. But I do think you'll see terraforming in the competitive mission pack. Again, it's just a guess, but I imagine you will, because it's a little bit of an interesting one. There's a little bit of a narrative to it, and it's harder to do because it's end of your opponent's next turn or the end of the battle. So, and then finally, Purge the Foe. Purge the Foe is the same, except for you can't score kill more in the first battle round. Okay. Any battle round, kill a unit, get 4 points. Second battle round onwards, get 4 points if you kill more units. Because usually, I had this in the tournament this weekend. I played Purge the Foe. I went first. I move out. I grab a point because I need hold more next turn. My opponent comes in, kills that 1 unit, and then they get kill more. It's an 8-point swing. So you're usually forced to either hold back or just like put something big in the middle that can take a hit. Because your opponent's going to get an 8-point swing if they kill that 1 unit. So it's a bit of a strange one. So now they've got rid of that, which is a nice... Again, it's one of those little like quality of life changes. The mission's the same. You're just not going to get a huge swing if you kill your 1 unit turn 1. So you can't get kill more turn 1, which is nice. So after that, it's the same mission. It doesn't change otherwise. That's why going first on Terraform is crazy. It's obviously very good, but unless you can survive with 3 units, then, you know... Because again, it completes at the end of your opponent's next turn. So they've got a whole turn to try and stop you. Which is possible. Which is definitely possible. So they're the primaries. We've now got the secret missions. Obviously, the secret missions are... instead of doing primaries, so at the start of the 3rd turn, you decide whether you'd want to do this. And you can score up to 20 VP on this card. So this is instead of doing the primary, if you're losing, these replace the gambits. Now, again, we've kind of spoke about these. This one, get your warlord within range of 1 or more objective marker in your opponent's deployment zone that you control. This is going to be great for anything that moves really fast. Grey Knights, deep striking, for example. Deep strike charge onto your opponent's deployment zone. Anything like that is going to be really good. The problem is with this is if you don't know if this is what your opponent's trying to do. End of the 3rd battle round. Did I say start? I think I meant end, but I'll just double check. End of the 3rd battle round. Yeah, you're right. So in the 3rd turn, 3rd battle round, you don't know if this is what your opponent's trying to do, right? You can still score 20 VP on top of the 20 from the secret mission. Yeah, you can. And that's going to be the problem. Your opponent, if they are playing well, could try and set up for multiple secret missions to try and throw you off what they're trying to do. You know, so one of them is get the warlord within range of objective marker. Okay, you've got a deep striking warlord because he's in a unit. Caldor Drago or something stupid that's just gone back into reserve with +3 charge. They're going to try and charge on your deployment zone and hold it at the end of their turn. And then there's this one, Shatter Cohesion, kill every single unit, which is unlikely if you're taking a secret mission. Or every unit in your opponent's army is on the battlefield, is battle shot below half strength, and more than 3 inches away from all objective markers. This one's quite hard, I think, Shatter Cohesion. You're probably looking at secret missions if you're losing. And if you're losing, you're not killing every single unit or probably making it all below half strength. So I think this is probably one of the hardest ones. Now, Unbroken Wall, control 3 or more objective markers not within your deployment zone. If this comes up with a ritual, it's an auto score. If you're playing the ritual, they're just like, yeah, I'll just fucking make loads, mate. There's 4 objectives now, basically in my deployment zone. I'll just hold them. So Unbroken Wall is like honestly crazy with that type of mission with the ritual. But it's also quite good if you've got like fast moving units, right? If you're on the back foot on primary, but you can keep getting onto the point and you go second, that's big. I think secret missions going second are super, super good because all of them score at the end of battle, right? So if you do this, you go first in the battle round. So you on your last turn, you get your warlord onto your opponent's point, and then they just walk back and kill it. Then you're a bit like, okay, cool, thanks. Cool. I just lost 20 VP because I went first. So final one, which is a good question for a mercenary. War of Attrition. 1 or more battle line units from your opponent's army are within your deployment zone, and one of the following conditions apply. One or more battle line units from your army are within your opponent's deployment zone, and one applies. There are no battle line units from your opponent's army on the battlefield, and every battle line unit from your opponent's army that is on the battlefield is within your opponent's deployment zone. So if your opponent doesn't have battle line units, you have scored this. You've done that section of this card. So yes is the answer to your question, Merc. All you'll have to do is get 1 battle line unit in your opponent's army. Get 1 battle line unit in your opponent's deployment zone, and then there are no battle line units in your opponent's army. So you are kind of forced to take a battle line unit. You know, at least 1. Because if they take the secret mission, they can basically auto score this if they can get into your deployment zone. So anything that, again, that's like fast moving, like Raven Wing and White Scars can take bikes as troops, as battle line. Suddenly they can start like auto advancing into your deployment zone and scoring 20 points. Because these sorts of missions are gonna be like super hard to stop. And it's only within, it's not wholly within. You just have to toe in, right? I'm trying to think what else is super fast in battle line. I'm sure you can probably think of something, but that's something you have to kind of like consider, is that your opponent can make some really fast moving units and have that as like a backup, put it in reserve, keep it out of the way on turn 3, and then turn 5 turbo boost in there. Or battle line that can go in strategic reserve. Yeah, exactly, strategic reserve. Again, Grey Knights with 1 strike squad. Anything that's like got super mobile infantry is gonna have a great time. Eldar walking up the board. Eldar battle line, we're looking at what, Guardians? Maybe. Hypercrypt with Immortals or Warriors, yeah. Definitely Hypercrypt with Immortals is going to be great. 5 Immortals in Hypercrypt, just teleport them into your opponent's deployment zone. Straight off your home objectives into their deployment zone, 20 points. You know? So War of Attrition and Command Insertion are going to be very, very doable, I think. This one, no. This one, maybe. Like a good chance on Broken Wall. So secret missions are suddenly super interesting. That's the reason I put them first, because they're part of the primary, really. Would opponent's battle line in a transport count as on the battlefield? I don't think so. I'd have to check the core rules, but I don't think they do they? So yeah, so these 3, Shatter Cohesion, a bit rubbish, really, really hard to do. But these 3 are really good. And as I said, you don't know your opponent's trying to do them. You know? That's the problem I think people are going to have with them. They're a bit like a big gotcha, you know? You know they're doing a secret mission, but you don't know which one. So again, if they go, oh, well, I've got a battle line unit, and they start charging a battle line unit towards you, but they've also got their warlord coming at you, you're not going to know which one they're trying to do. But also, if they can do that, they're probably in a good position anyway. But this is something you're going to have to watch out for. It's every time they go secret mission, you're going to be like, right, okay, I need to control at least all but 2 of the objectives. I need to watch out where their warlord is if he's still alive. And if they've got any battle line, I need to keep an eye. So that's what you're going to have to like have that in mind. Is your warlord, if their warlord's still alive, they could have command insertion. Do they have battle line? They could be doing war of attrition. And do they have more than 3 units? They're going to go for a broken wall. I find secret mission is the reason you need physical cards. It's easy to cheese an app. Yeah, definitely. I was literally just thinking that, to be honest, mate. Because I was just thinking, if I was playing a secret mission with my opponent, I'll be like, you know, right, okay, put that on the board, like, under the middle objective marker, or something like that. Something where neither of us can touch it until the end of the game. Because, yeah, you could cheese it quite easily, you know? If one of you is doing the scoring or whatever, I think, yeah, you'll need the cards to be like, hey, if you want to do a secret mission, you got to put it somewhere where neither of us are going to touch it until the end of the game. Because it is kind of like a bit like poker-like, you know? Because, like, you're trying to hide it from your opponent. I'm taking these objectives out. I'm never going to use them. You're trying to hide it from your opponent, but you also don't, if you're playing someone a bit weird in a tournament, you want to make sure they're not, like, fudging with it and going, oh, actually, I was doing that one, but no, I've got this one who's dead. So yeah, they're like really, really huge. But again, these 3 are the big ones, I think. But yeah, maybe like a little glass box that you both insert your card into. That's not see-through but glass. I don't know why I said glass. It could be any type of box. Those tokens become Battleshock tokens. I'm still using GSC blip tokens for Battleshock. And then mission rules, chat. Mission rules. You know these as Chilling Rain, Chilling Rain, Chilling Rain, Chilling Rain. But Chilling Rain isn't here anymore. Chilling Rain has gone the way of the dodo. Now, I think I know which one's going to replace it. But there's no Chilling Rain anymore. So Hidden Supplies is an extra objective marker. 6 objectives instead. And the thing is with it, is I think this still has a similar problem that it did last time. I predict 6 months' time, huge drama at 40k tournament. Why 6 months? Why not 4 weeks? Before setting up this new objective marker, players must first move the objective marker to the center of the battlefield 6 inches directly towards one of the corners of the battlefield. If no man's land touches any of the corners of the battlefield, you must move the objective marker towards one of those corners. Players then set up new objective marker 6 inches from the center diagonally. So it says, if no man's land touches any of the corners of the battlefield, you must put it that way. What about Dawn of War that doesn't have a no man's land corner? What about Sweeping Engagement? What about Tipping Point? Crucible Battle's fine. Station of Choice fine. Hammer and Anvil? So this mission... Don't worry, chat, I got you. Don't worry, chat. I've already got paint open. This mission, you move the objective marker 6 inches away. Why can't you go that way? And just put 2 bang next to each other. It says, if they touch no man's land, they must go towards it. However, there is no corner with no man's land. There is no corner with no man's land. Because this is a corner of the deployment zone, but it's not a corner of no man's land. So I asked them this when it first came out, because they still haven't fixed it. Oh, it's diagonally. No, I don't think the first one moves diagonally, does it? Let's read it again. Directly towards one of the corners of the battlefield. If no man's land, you must move the objective towards one of those corners. Oh, I suppose it has to go towards the corner. You're right. I misread it. So I guess you can just decide, right? That's going to be huge for terrain, though, because you can go any direction. What I'm saying, it's not a set way. That's the main takeaway. It's not a set direction, because if you play like Crucible, Search and Destroy, it's always to the top and the right. Like here, it will always go there and there. But any other mission, like Hammer and Anvil, Dawn of War, the direction is not set because you don't have a corner that has no man land in. So who decides? I'm sure the mission packs will include deployment will allow hidden supplies. Yeah, so there's nothing in the rules that say which direction it goes if you don't have corner. The TO, well, yeah, true. You could just go. The TO has to make it, but what I'm saying is in the core rules, there's nothing. You can just go, yeah, the TO. But what about if you have a pickup game and you draw hidden supplies? Who decides? You know? Yeah, TO can do loads of things, but that's at their tournament. But they're still not. It's a shame because they could just fix it and just go, you know, roll off, one player decides. You know, but they don't write that down. So I don't know. I asked when it first came out because it's the same problem, and they've never decided. So true, roll the dice. Yeah, maybe you could roll the dice. And then you go, okay, well, how do you make the brush bigger? You go, right, there's a building here. There's a building there. You know, there's nothing here. And there's nothing here. And this guy's Tau. And this guy's World Eaters. And the Tau player rolls off and he goes, yeah, I've won, so I'm going to send the objective this way. And goes, yeah, enjoy. Have fun. You know? He's defender, it doesn't say. It just says the players move it. Place objective markers step. Let's have a look at objective markers step, shall we? Sell the objective markers as shown on the deployment card. Done. Now you number each corner and roll a die. That makes loads of sense, but it doesn't say that, does it? That's what I'm trying to say. It's inherently broken because as soon as someone goes, oh, let's roll off and then we decide, bam, that happens. You know, what I'm saying is there's nothing written down to explain the best way to do it, you know. But also, what if this happens? You know? Tau just goes, yeah, I'll fucking shoot the shit out of you, mate. Have fun. Yeah, they got a wall to hide behind here. They can charge there. But yeah, it's just a weird one, man. It's just a weird one. I'm surprised he didn't update it, just to clarify, but there we go. Anyway. Adapt or die. Once a battle in your player's turn, after scoring any VP, you can discard a secondary mission and replace it with a fixed symbol because you're playing fixed. Or twice per battle, if you're playing tactical, you can draw a second card and then choose one and shuffle the other one back into the deck. This is the one that I mentioned that you'll be able to go through. How many did we say? You can go through 15 cards and now 17 cards of an 18 card deck. My team are looking at tickets for your super event. How quickly the tickets sell out? I'd recommend sooner rather than later, just because honestly it makes my life easier. But that we are selling tickets every day. There's a ticket or two going every single day. So it could be the next month, it could be the next week. I've got no idea. But the quicker you buy them, better for me. If you were wanted to consider. Adapt or die seems great facing knights. Max, bring it down, then fix, then switch. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if we'll see this one. It's very, very strong, but I don't know. It's very strong, but we don't know what the mission pack is. So I don't think this one's going to come in. Hidden supplies will. We've already seen this one. Adapt or die. I'm not so sure. Rapid escalation. In the first battle round, each player can sell battle line units from strategic reserve in the reinforcement step of their movement phase. If they do so, then you must be wholly within 6 inches of any battlefield edge, but not in the enemy deployment zone. And you can do 200 points in a normal game. Again, I don't know how much you'll see this one. It's kind of fun. 200 points isn't interesting because some battle line units are really cheap and really good. You know, like 80 point battle line units are quite common these days. So getting a couple of units to strategic reserve, like make a charge and get behind enemy lines or something like that, is going to be definitely interesting. But it's not like a huge amount, but it's something you just need to like watch out for if you are playing this one. You're going to want something that can scout or infiltrate along board edges just to push them back a little bit. That's some assault incensors and a captain. Yeah, assault incensors and captain strategic reserve is something that I thought about, definitely. Especially with like piling in 6 turn 1, which would be really good. Get like a charge off pile in, which would be really nice. Go and absolutely murder something, maybe even on their home point, depending where. Because don't forget, like when you set up strategic reserve, you're 9 away from enemies, but you're not 9 away from the deployment zone, so you can actually get quite close to them, and it can be really annoying for them. But yeah, it's definitely a very interesting, definitely a very interesting one. Again, I don't know if we'll see it, but it's an interesting one, that's for sure. Smoke and Mirror is nice. It gives both players redeploy, essentially. Redeploy into reserve. After both players deploy their army, start with the attacker, each player can place 1 unit from their army that is on the battlefield into strategic reserve, regardless of how many units are already in strategic reserve. And it has to be up to 20. It can't be more than 500 points in Strike Force. They say you have to come in, or if you can. Each player can set up battle line units from strategic reserve in the reinforcement step of their movement phase, but no more than 200. Can you rapid ingress, rapid escalation if you go second? Yes, you can rapid ingress during the first battle round, I think. Each player can sell battle line units from strategic reserve in the reinforcement sets of their movement phase. Again, it says their movement phase, so maybe not. Maybe? Maybe? Let's double check rapid ingress. Also, everyone, thank you to everyone who's bought a shirt today. Really appreciate it. I've seen a few of you come through. Don't forget, Woke t-shirt, Hellstormwargaming.co.uk/shop. Only available this month. Rapid Ingress says you can arrive at the battlefield as if it was your reinforcement step of your movement phase. Arrive in the reinforcement step of your movement phase. It doesn't say you can't rapid ingress. So you can use this even though it's not your movement phase. The other restriction on rapid ingress is that you cannot use your stratagem to enable units to arrive on the battlefield during a battle round. It would not normally be able to do so. So potentially, because I played, so as a little leak for you, I played against Space Wolves this weekend. I went to Wolf Jail during round 6, and they have a stratagem called Hunter's Instinct, which exclusively says, let me show you, Hunter's Instinct. I think that's what it's called. Is it called Hunter's Instinct? Yes, Hunter's Instinct. Adeptus Astartes mounted model only. If the bearer's unit is strategic reserve, for the purpose of setting that unit on the battlefield, treat the current battle round as being one higher than it actually is. And I thought you couldn't use that in battle round 1 because it says you can't come on from strategic reserve during battle round 1. However, we spoke to the judge, one of the FAQ writers who was judging the event, and he said you can, and they'll be clarifying it in a few days. So I think maybe you can rapid ingress turn 1 with the battle line unit, because they allowed a whole unit of fucking Thunderwalls to rapid ingress in my turn 1. which was pretty brutal, to be honest. I'll be honest, it was pretty bad. So yeah, probably. Well, let's wait for the FAQ, see what it says. It might be wrong, but one of the judges said you can, and it's coming soon. So probably. So yeah, Rapid English turn 1 with some captains and fucking move and charge. Have a great time. This is addressed in last rules commentary. For or against? I don't remember. After both players deploy their armies, that's to redeploy, put into strategic reserve. That's fine. Stalwarts. Battle line needs to perform an action. Are still eligible to shoot in that turn, but cannot start performing action in that turn. And battle line units can perform actions whilst within engagement range. So this is just letting you shoot in action, which is nice. So again, as we've seen, there's a couple here that mention battle line. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 10. That is like, it's quite a strong one. Fog of War is a bit boring though, but this is why I think this one is going to be the new Chilling Reign. All the rules writer hates you. Yeah, true. He's the one who watched my Deathwatch game last time. And then said, Deathwatch are really broken. I was like, yeah, but now they blame me on Reddit. I was like, it's not your... He was like, I said, like, don't nerf Blood Angels if I do well, because they all hate me on Reddit. He's like, why? And I said, because Deathwatch got nerfed after I used them. He said, yeah, but Deathwatch needed nerfing. I said, yeah, but they don't see that. They just see Mikey used them. Now Deathwatch are nerfed. It's Mikey's fault. But anyway, yeah, Fog of War. First battle round, users have the benefit of cover, and players can use core stratagems, excluding the New Order stratagem. So this stops using command reroll, grenades, go to ground, heroic intervention, epic challenge, rapid ingress, which is a big one, which is why I think this might be the new Chilling Range. Chilling Reign. Because getting rid of core stratagems battle round 1 just slows the game down a little bit before the crunch starts, you know. And gives everything benefit of cover, even though it usually does. So I honestly see this one as the new Chilling Reign, to be honest. You owe me 20 quid for the 8 frag cannons I bought on Monday after your win. Get good. Unlucky, that's what we call that. We call that meta chasing, Andy. You know it. But the amount of money I spent on veterans. Was it worth it? Yeah, it was. I went on holiday. Oh, chat, I found out the fucking golden ticket event I went to yesterday was also a comped holiday to the US. And I was well gutted when I lost. And then I remembered I was landing back from Japan on the Tuesday before I'd have to be flying out. So I'd literally like be in Japan, fly and land back on Tuesday, and then on the Wednesday I'd be flying to the US. So I'm kind of glad I didn't win. I just sent Andy some shields and they removed Crusaders from Sisters. Excellent. Excellent. That's funny. Andy, the unluckiest gamer at the minute. So yeah, so Fog of War, I think this is going to be the new Chilling Reign, to be honest. Stops you throwing grenades turn 1. Stops you using rapid ingress, etc. turn 1. And gives everything covers, everything's a little bit more survivable if you're going to throw them out early. So, inspired leadership's fun. Give out +1 leadership whilst you're near the Warlord, which is kind of cool. Making most units your leadership 5 is going to be like, just make Battle Shock even worse. So cry more Night Lord and Chaos Knight players. Cry more. Which I think is funny. Again, I don't know if that will come up too much, but you know. Stops popping smoke on vehicles. Yeah, it does. That's true. Yeah, popping smoke, tank shock, etc. So that's why I think it'll be the basic one. Prepared positions. Battle line units can go to ground and heroic intervention for 0 CP, but can't do so if they use that stratagem on a different unit that turn. So heroic intervention strat on battle line units is going to be fucking brutal on Custodes, to be honest. It's going to be absolutely brutal. That's fine for my Blood Angel with Dante eating himself up the board. Yeah, this one with Dante and Sanguinor having a great time. Dante and Sanguinor having a fucking great time in Inspired Leadership. But this one with Custodes is going to be awful. Actually awful. So I don't know about that one. Don't know. Hopefully that one doesn't come up too much. It's a battle line benefit, so people are like, oh yeah, Space Marines. And I'm just like, Custodes. With Trajan, heroic intervention for free. Oh, it just makes me want to die. Can a combi weapon lieutenant be a warlord? I don't know. Probably. Do you mean the one from Leviathan? Maybe that's the one that can't be. Yeah, lieutenant with combi weapon can't be a warlord. Anyway, that's really good. At the end of this one, raise banners, which is the one we've already mentioned. At the end of each player's turn, if a battle line unit from your to within range of objective marker the player controls, that unit raises a banner on that objective marker. It's not an action, it just happens. And that player scores 1 VP, which is counted towards a secondary mission score. And that player's unit can no longer raise a banner on that objective marker. Which is nice. You can drop a banner on each one. It's kind of like a little terraform. Terraform and raise banners would be crazy. It'd be actually a crazy combo. That'd be so funny. But essentially, you're going to get 1 extra VP for that one, which is kind of nice. I think it's interesting that it's a secondary mission, not primary. But it does just mean if you're playing fixed, you can score fixed a little bit easier. And every time you're playing raised banners, you're going to have another box on ITC battles to tap banners. Best loadout for Death Company. Melt Pistol, Power Fist every time. And then Swift Action, Battleline units can advance or fall back and still eligible to perform an action this turn. So these are just all about action economy, which makes me think they might be in a couple of missions. Like, but not so many, because I honestly think this is going to be the standard. It's a little bit different, you know. My plan to be a 60 Assault Intercessor army is looking better and better. Oh yeah, definitely. Makes you feel like you're playing Dawn of War with your Ravens and possibly swing those 1 VP in games. Oh yeah, Raised Banners is a great one. I really like that one. And again, most armies aren't going to be too worried about these. There's some armies that are really skewed, like Grey Knights are a good example of just spamming Grandmasters and stuff like that, and Terminator Librarians, sorry. So now you have to kind of like think about, maybe I'll bring a couple battle line. But again, we don't have the mission pack, so we don't know what combos we've got. When we know the points, we've got loads of rules changes that are coming as well. But the main thing is that we need the mission compendium, so we know what missions we're actually playing. Then we can start thinking about like combos and what good things we can take. But it's alright going, oh yeah, we can heroic intervene for free with all our battle line. That might never come up. Cool mouse mat, by the way. Thank you. Some ID Gaming. I love my mouse mat. I've got 2. I've got this one as well. I've got this one there. Both Insomnias, I got one each time. I have this one as well. Not sponsored, but ID Gaming, please sponsor me. They're so sick. This is so good. Actually, it's a Inferno pistol. What's it shoot? What's it do? So now we've got the secondary missions. Now, these are the fixed ones. There's 18 available. Can't hear you away from the mic. Oh, I said it's from ID Gaming. I've got a little bit of noise suppression on. I probably should turn it down. I'm still getting used to this new microphone. I've had to buy like an amplifier for it and stuff. So these are the 9 fixed objectives. Obviously, you had 8 before. Now you have 9. A lot of them are the same. And I feel very, very familiar. And then there's 9 different ones. But one of the new ones is Cull the Horde. So you get 5 VP each time an enemy infantry unit is destroyed if one of the following conditions are satisfied. The starting strength of the destroyed unit was 20 plus, or the total wounds characteristic of the destroyed unit was 25 plus at its starting strength. For the purposes of the above conditions, models in attached leader units are ignored. This one's quite an interesting one. I was listening to the Art of War talk about it, and they mentioned something weird, because it was like, if you took a full unit of 20 and dropped it to 19 by leaving one of the models at home. That's so funny. I didn't even consider that when I first read it. But I thought that was hilarious. The idea of going, well, it's a unit of 20 gargoyles. I'll drop one and have it as a unit of 19 at the start of the game. So I think this one's going to need a little FAQ to be like, but then again, like the starting, like, I don't know if the starting strength changes when you don't bring enough models. If you take 19 boys and only bring in, take 20 boys and only bring 19. I don't know what the starting strength of that unit is. Because that could be, you'd have to check the rules, but maybe the starting strength is still 20, but it's an under strength unit, you know? Let's have a look at under strength, see if it comes up. However, I think it's safe to say that is going to be a bit of a crap idea to start forcing people to bring 90 models to deny your opponent's points. That's obviously going to be so weird. Unit. Is under strength even a thing? It's covered in the MFM. Starting strength is still 19. Oh. So you take 19 boys and then you can take a knob as well. What? No, it's 10 to 19 with a boss knob. That started at 20. I'm confused what people are trying to say by taking 19 boys then. It's one boss knob and 9 to 19 boys. So it's always a unit of 10 or a unit of 20. You never a unit of 19. So you take one boss knob and 18 boys. But can you do that? How does that work? That's what I was looking for, under strength unit, you know? If you just take less models, can you actually do that? Or do you count as the full unit? Use the ultimate to earn points value of each unit in your army. Each entry lists the increments to a unit size to incur different points cost. Or it may be presented with an upper limit to unit starting strength. In the latter case, your unit contains a number of models between these limits, but you must still pay the maximum point. For a unit that start the game with more than its minimum number of models. You can learn more on page 55, 56 of the core rules. Yeah, I know you have to pay for 20, but I'm asking, are you allowed to bring one less? And if you do, what is the starting strength of the unit? Is it the starting strength that you brought, or is it the starting strength of the unit you paid for? Under... Oh. That's what I'm asking. Science strength equals what's in your army list. Are you sure about that? Oh, science strength is what's in your army list. So your army list is 20 models. So then if they kill the 19 boys, you get 5 points, right? Number of models in unit is when it's added to your army is known as its starting strength. So why would you take... So why would you get, oh, I'll bring 19? The starting strength of the destroyed unit is 20 plus. Armies will be 19 models. You can't take 19 models. You take 20. You just don't bring one. I don't even think you can. Whilst it sounds funny, yes, you can take 19 models. You pay for 20, but you can only take 19. You add them one by one in the army builder. Is the army builder a good source of rules? I suppose it does say 10 to 19, doesn't it? For the points cost. He's starting to believe. Yeah, it's common with the 5 aggressors. I know, because I've done that before in the past, right? So you can take 5 aggressors and 2 characters in a land raider because they don't fit otherwise. However, what I'm asking is, I know you can bring less, but what is the starting strength, right? And I think you're probably right. So that's stupid as fuck. Let's be honest, it's stupid as fuck. So I wonder if they'll FAQ it. The units contain a number of models between these limits, but you must still pay the maximum points cost. Yeah, I think you're probably right. I don't know if there is anything that starts. I don't think there's anything that stops it. Below starting strength, the number of models in units starting strength. Starting strength is the number of units in the army list, it says. Interesting. The unit starting strength is the number of models in at the point that is added to your army. So yeah, you would always just take fucking units of 19. Why would you ever take anything else? It's not an issue. It is an issue because there's no FAQ, don't forget. In the Mutant Field Manual for Orc Boys, it gives points of 10 or 20, not increments. Well, in the app, it says 10 to 19. How would they FAQ without breaking in the situation where it wouldn't make sense? Say the starting strength is the points cost instead. So you bring it and you remove it to fit them in transports, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so like there's going to be like a crazy card if people start taking 19 models rather than 20. And I don't think in the spirit, I don't know if they'll keep that around for very long, you know. It's a very strange card though. But it's also, there's no cap. You can score up to 20 if you take fixed, which is quite good. But also if you play tactical and you kill like 7 units, you score 30 points from one card. Not even that yet, we broke it already. Yeah, this is the thing. This is what we like doing, you know? Just take a unit of 19 and it's done. But we need an FAQ for it because it probably isn't that the case, right? Again, anything we do say, we have to go, well, there's an FAQ soon. And no, I haven't seen it. No, I've not seen a preview. I've got no fucking idea. Otherwise, I'd be more coy about it. Assassinate is almost the same. If you take fixed, every time you kill an enemy model, you get 4 VP. If you're playing tactical, every time you kill a character unit, you get 5 VP. Or all characters have been destroyed, 5 VP. Which is interesting, because I didn't notice this. But it's if you kill a character unit, you get 5 VP. So if you kill an attached unit, that is technically a character unit when it's destroyed. So you get 5 VP, I think. Because if you've got like a character, like a captain and a unit of intercessors, that is a character unit in total. Yeah, so because they're a character unit, if you destroy the infantry squad attached to them, does that count as killing a character? Because it's a character unit. Right? Have you noticed the difference? Model to unit. So you kill the bodyguard and you get 5 points. Which I thought was weird. I thought that was very strange. I never noticed the difference between model and unit. I think it might have been the same in the last one, you know. But still, it's a big change. Gold's Ghost and Grimalda's got better. Yeah, because you have to kill the whole unit, right? Unless you're playing tactical, and then they get a fucking... Unless you're playing fixed, and they get 4 for each one. But I thought that was weird. I thought it was very weird to have the difference between model and unit. Which also comes up with Bring It Down as well. We'll go over that in a minute. But that's something to watch out for as well. That's like a big thing. You've got character units if you're playing tactical, so you can just kill the bodyguard. Again, FAQ maybe. I don't know. It's model for fixed, so you don't go crazy. But fixed, you can score max 20. This, you can only score 5 because it's 1 or more units were destroyed, but still. Kill the bodyguard character, that's 9 points. No, because it's 1 or more units killed, you get 5 VP if it's tactical. And then if you're playing fixed, it's 4 per character models. You have to kill multiple characters to get 8. So the max you can score off this on fixed is 5. You can't score any more than that. But you can just kill the infantry unit they're attached to. Cleanse is basically the same. 2 or 4 now. Establish Locus, which is deploy teleport homers, is essentially the same. It's 2 or 4 now instead of 3. Nice little changes. A bit harder to score if you're going for the middle, not automatic, because it used to be 3. It was started as 2, and it started as 2, and then it went up to 3, and now it's back down to 2, which is quite funny. But it's essentially deploy teleport homers. New Assassination nullifies precision for tactical. Yeah, if you're playing tactical, you don't need precision at all. You just kill the unit they're attached to. Oh, so kill some guardsmen or whatever. Kill 5 Space Marines and shit like that. It's quite funny. Bring It Down. Now, this is a fun one. Now, obviously, it's got this when drawn. If there are no enemy monster or vehicle units, you can discard it, redraw. That's great. Can cleanse still be done on multiple unit objectives with 1 unit? If you're actually still range of the same objective marker and you control, that objective marker is cleansed. 1 or more units within range of an objective marker that is within your deployment zone. I don't think you can do it twice for the same unit. Makes fix for not great for Locus as it's only 10 points. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so if you're not against vehicles or monster, that's great. You can discard it. But the thing is with it, it's now vehicle units, and everyone's saying, "Oh, Crisis Suit's having a great time." Well, hear me out. Each time a monster or vehicle unit is destroyed, you get 2 VP. The total wounds characteristic is more than 15 after each starting strength, you get +2. And then if it's more than 20, you get +2. So, obviously, like Crisis Suits, Castell and Robots, etc. are having a great time because you have to kill both to get the points. But also, like stuff like Castell and Robots, you've got to kill both. Piranhas, you've got to kill all 3 if they take units of 3 for 2 points, maybe +2 if you get it. So like there's some units that are vehicles like Crisis Suits which are like having a great time now. But there's things that like can take units of vehicles that are kind of laughing. Again, like piranhas, for example. They have 21 wounds. They're very fast. They're very nippy. And you've got to kill all of them to get any points. Units of Sentinels, Killer Cans, Paragon Warsuits. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, they were getting absolutely murdered in the last mission pack. But now they're actually laughing because you got to kill all of them. So... However, Bring It Down, and Assassinate, and you kill a unit of Paragon Warsuits attached to Val, you're laughing. That's 4 plus probably like 9 points for killing a unit of 3 dudes. But nobody runs piranhas in big squads. No, because they're worth loads on Bring It Down. Don't forget, you're thinking about what happens now with the current mission pack. There's a new mission pack now, so it's going to change. So that's something to watch out for, like big units of vehicles. If they can take that, if you can take those, it's going to be really good denial secondary. A really good denial unit to be annoying. So. And then this one, Storm Hostile, it's essentially the same. I just think it's 4 points rather than 5. I'm pretty sure it's 5. Control one or more objective markers controlled by your opponent at the start of the turn. Or your opponent did not control any objective markers and you control one that you did not control. So if you control every objective marker, you lose this one. I kept doing that the weekend. I kept having 5 objectives and not being able to score it. Engage on all fronts is now you can't be within 3 of you can't be within 6 of the center. But you can be just on the line for the quarters, which is a nice change. It makes it a little bit easier because before you had to be more than 3 over. 2 servo turrets are only 12 wounds for a total of 4 large shots. Yeah, servo turrets were getting bullied by Bringing It Down as well. Recover assets. 2 or more units in your army, wholly within a different one of your following areas. No man's land your opponent's deployment zone. And then it completes the end of your turn or the end of the battle. And you get 3 VP, 2 of all units, or 3 units did, you get 6. This is such a weird secondary. This is such a strange secondary, this one. I don't think this is very good either. Because it's any opponent's next turn, or then the battle. And they get 3 VP. It's crap, I think. Because you got to be in no man's land and your opponent's deployment zone, because each one is in a different area. It was just 2 in no man's land, you'd be fine. But it says each of those units is wholly within a different one of the following. No man's land. Oh, I suppose you got your deployment zone. I missed that bit. I read that 4 times and I missed your deployment zone like 4 times. Okay, a little bit more interesting. But it's end of your opponent's turn. Okay. I can see it. It's hard. I can see it, though. It's not great. It's 2 units to do it for 3 points. It's fine. I mean, it's a little bit better than Established Locust, but that's only 1 unit. Not great, though. And then finally, for fixed, is behind every lines, which you already know. We know this one. It's not changed. 2 units for 4 VP, 1 unit for 3 VP in your opponent's deployment zone. And then finally, the non-fixed, the actual tactical ones. Secure no man's land is exactly the same. Defend stronghold is exactly the same. Marked for death, we've already seen. It's kill 3 units of your opponents. Better than investigate. Oh, yeah, definitely better than investigate. If you draw that one, I'm glad investigate's not in here. Marked for death is a decent one. Your opponent selects 3 units. And you kill, each one you kill is 5 VP. It's kind of like tempting target, but a bit annoying because they might just go 3 units back on the board. Cool, I enjoy. Containment, which is 1 or more units from your army that are wholly within 9 inches, 1 or more battlefield edges, and not within your deployment zone. Select a different one of those battlefield edges. It completes immediately. you get 3 VP or 6, which is like Investigate, but way easier. Investigate, but just battlefield editors, and it's worth more points. And it completes immediately as well. So, not a bad one. This one's an easier investigate, I think. You just can't do it in your own deployment zone, that's all. Air denial. They've kind of cleaned it up a little bit because there was like some confusion. People thinking you could do it without a unit in the middle. You always need a unit in the middle. You get 5 VP or 2 VP. Again, basically the same. Sabotage. So I'm going to have to change the name of my Sabotage streams because this is Sabotage now. You blow up objectives, I think, or in the deployment zone. 1 unit for your that's within terrain feature and not within your deployment zone. And it completes any of your opponent's next turn or the end of the battle. Your unit completed a Sabotage turn and is not within your opponent's deployment zone. Or if it's within, you get 6. So it's quite fun. Marvin F is 1 or more gets you 5 VP. Oh, yeah. I thought it was just 5 each. Kill one of those 3 units. That's even worse then. Rubbish. It's hard on that one. It's like tempting target, but harder. So yeah, Sabotage is fun. Just jump into some terrain and blow it up for no reason. Or do it in your opponent's deployment zone. Again, if you got something that can deep strike into terrain, which is nice. Like Calidus Assassins is going to be great for grabbing 6 points. But it's end of the next turn. So anything that's lone operative is going to have fun with that one. Rather than Sabotage, can we call it Shenanigans? Yeah, why not? Why not? Shenanigans stream. So yeah, this one's fun. Again, if you got lone operative and deep strike, that's going to be quite easy to do. Drop into terrain and get 6 VP. Love that. Overwhelming Force. Kill you on a point. Again, we know this one. No prisoners. We know this one. And it's then battle lines. We know this one as well. So overall, I like these. I think Mark for Death is hard. Containment's decent. Sabotage is quite fun. And then I like that they've fixed area denial. And that's all the cards. That's everything. That's the new mission format. I appreciate that's a lot of info. We've been going for quite a while tonight, so I know it's a bit of a longer stream. But there's quite a lot of changes there. There's quite a lot going on. And the thing is with it is people are like, well, people don't take this unit or they don't use this or whatever. The thing is with it is that the more the missions are different, the more likely people are going to take different units, going to take different combinations, they're going to take different things so they can utilize these new missions. Because it's not just a case of, oh yeah, well, we don't take those now, so we're not gonna. A lot of people take stuff to play missions. Like, again, a prime example is here, right? Which I mentioned right at the start. So yeah, it should be very interesting. Again, once we see the Leviathan mission pack and we can start seeing combinations of missions, we can have like a really deep dive of like what's going to be good on this mission, what's going to be good on this one, what are people starting to take, what's going to be, are you going to actually think about taking fixed? Are you going to start thinking about just tactical now? Because I do think tactical is still superior. I think fixed is really hard. Because I think most people are wise to deploy and cleanse. So yeah, so it's like when we know the combinations, it'd be nice, and then we'll just have to wait for a balanced data slate to get a real update, and then the meta will be chaos for like a few weeks, and then we'll like be figured out, and we'll all know what we're doing. I feel like the deck was designed by someone who plays competitive 40k and understand what the rules need. Yeah, it's almost like Josh had a big hand in the deck, right? Because ultimately it did. That's the thing. That's the thing with it. I think 10th edition mission pack probably could have been done with updating 6 months in, and it just hasn't, and it's felt very dated. It felt like the game's evolved around it, but there's still loads of jank in the mission pack. And it feels like this one is taking all the jank out. So I do think maybe 10th edition, 6 months in, get a new mission pack, then leave that for a year. No, I'm not saying do one every 6 months. I'm saying 6 months of the game, figure out what's going on with the game, what people are doing with it, and then a new mission pack then, and then leave it for a year. But they're doing it into the first year. So overall, it looks really good. I'm really hyped for it. It looks really sweet. And it's going to be interesting to see the rest of it, because we've only got part of the picture right now. It's presented a lot clearer now too. I might actually use the cards when playing. I'll still probably use the app, but like, yeah, I get you. The cards are a bit convoluted because they all had to explain what an action was on every single card for no reason. I think someone got it in their head that they didn't want to write action down, and then they just got screwed over for it throughout the entire edition, or throughout the entire pack. So, anyway, chat. That's the end of the stream. I'm going to start adding some names to the marbles. But if you have any questions you want to ask about the mission pack before we end the stream, now's a good time. I just got to do the marbles names. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brian did 10, so I'll leave his name in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Deck bought for secret missions. Yeah, secret missions are gonna be. I think you need a card there. Bless you. Thank you. I think I picked up a cold over the weekend. Okay, let me get everyone's names in. So we had Martin. Tom Wilkins gets 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Papa Prizing, Conga Stewie. Conga Stewie, Nate. Thanks for all the gifted tonight, guys. Really appreciate it. After Nate, we had Datsun Des. After Des, we had Jace. And then Vegasaurus. So far, let's catch up with them. How are you going to do secret missions at All Stars? Physical cards requires, or what's the alternative? We'll see what the app does. But I think it'll be a case of you probably need some cards, or you need to write it down somewhere. Let's let the game work itself out first before we start like doing some arbitrary rules that probably aren't needed. Mercenary gifted, Big C, Decknall, 5 from Conga Stewie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had quite a few tonight. It's crazy. Bishop. Jakey, Jake Mod, another Bishop, I think we had 35 last time. I think we're going to be up to 38. Christopher, Radio again. Radio's got 11 this time. Tom's got another 4. Tom's got is Radio, Tom, who's got 8. And then it's Papa Pariah with 5, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Izzy the War Master. And then that's it. We've got 44 racers tonight. Favorite part of the stream, I'm glad. But yeah, so we'll wait for the app, and then I'll kind of make a decision how we'll manage the secret orders, secret missions even. Andy, thank you, great timing. Let me get Andy's name back in. Thanks, Andy, bud. I didn't do 2 tonight, just 1.
Gifted member.
Just 1. We got you. Making sure. Andy Tech Dad, thank you for the gifted, buddy. Really appreciate you. 45 races. Where are we going today, boys? Where are we going today? Let's do Marble Centauri. Let's put 50 races in. How to get Marble? You gift a membership or super chat. Or become a member yourself. Would you like to be a Marble? I'll give you like 12 seconds to tell me if you want to be. Become a member, gift a membership, or super chat. We choose a marbles race, and if you win the marbles race, you get to spin a wheel and win a prize. We do 2 giveaways every night or every stream. If the first one's free to enter for everyone, and then the second one is for people who have donated to make the giveaway happen. Hey, Cuz, thanks for being a member for 20 months.
40K celebrates 20 months of membership.
Thanks, bud. Good timing.
Cuz 40K celebrates 20 months of membership.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Thanks for being a member for 20 months. So, Cuz is in. I think we're going to call it there. I want some paper so it's worth it. It definitely is. I'm going to blow my nose, and then we're going to do the...
Rejoined, Pretty Odd celebrates 2 months of membership, easy life smile.
Pretty Odd, thanks for the 2 months. Appreciate you. And Provo, thanks for the $1. I appreciate it. I'll chuck you one in. And Pretty Odd. 48 races. Let's go. All right. That's it. Races are closed now. Let's do Century and let's go. Is everybody ready to race? Because I'm ready. I hope you guys are too. Thanks for all the gifted. Thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate you all. Are expired UK Games Expo press passes in it? They can be. I'll put you one in just for you, Andy. So best of luck, everyone. And thanks for hanging out. And let's race these 50 boys. All right. Okay. A bit of a chaotic start. We've got a lot of throwing around. And out of the gate first is Decknell, Congress, Chewie, and Papa Pariah. Okay, one second. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do this so you can actually see who's winning. I'm going to do that so you can see who's winning. There we go. Okay, as we were. Let's go back. Oh my god, we went straight into a planet. Congress, Dewey, Papa Pariah, Nate, and Decknell in first 4 places. Making a way downtown, working fast, and about to hit the pegs. Who's going to get pegged? Oh, it looks like Stewie's been pegged. Bishop's been pegged. Decknell's been pegged. Everyone's starting to catch up now. It's like Mario Kart all over again. Oh god, it's like Mario Kart all over again. It looks like Bishop and Papa Pariah and Congress Chewie managed to not get pegged too much and then made it through with Decknell and coming up in 3rd place. Always behind, you know? Always a bride, never bridesmaid, never a princess. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm very tired. But Bishop and Papa Pariah are winning with unnamed marble, along with Decknell and Congress Chewie. And Provo has actually made it into 4th. Maybe Provo's going to drop $1 and actually win. Holy shit. Holy shit. What's going on? After this, we've got a really long slide. Who's going to make it first? It looks like Bishop, Papa, Decknell, and Stewie, Andy, and Papa Pariah following behind. Where's Brian? He's at like 20 entries. Where's Brian? He's all the way at the back. Let's catch up to the front. Can we make it? They've gone so fast. It's like Rainbow Road. Oh my god. We've got just about to go past Saturn now, with Bishop still taking the lead, with Decknell and Congress Stewie tied for 3rd and 4th, and all the way back up. How do they keep the momentum, chat? Is it one of them boost ones? Oh, you can see they're getting boosted up. Who knew? Who knew? Andy Takedown and Papa Pariah just holding up the back. Unless Bishop gets caught off by something, it looks like he's going to be quite comfortable. Because I don't think anyone's overtaking. Look how far they're about to travel. Or in orderly fashion. But will they land or will they bounce off? It looks like Bishop is taking no prisoners. So they've got to get down this hole now together. Bishop getting a huge lead. Getting out straight first. Dropped straight through the hole. Did not mess about. Look at him go. He does not even care. It's just the mess behind him. Maybe one of them has got a blue shell that he can drop off and slow him down. If not, it's all over for everyone else. What a horrific track this is. Bishop just flying ahead. Bishop, make it interesting. Fall off. There we go. Okay. Bishop getting a boost there. Off he goes, along with the mess of everybody else. There is no working out who's there. Look at them all. Jesus. Brian right at the back this time. Bishop flight. Bishop, you might have won this one, mate. Decknell getting second to 10th. I'm gone. Decknell getting the marble equivalent of player place. Okay, they got quite a long track, but somebody might be getting pegged. Who knows? Has Bishop ever been pegged? We're about to find out. As you can see, there's one here that might catch him. It might catch him. Here we go. Who's going to get hit? Is anyone going to get hit? Bishop's going to take the lead. He's dodged one. He's dodged one completely. He's dodged two. Holy shit. And he's died. Okay, the only thing that can stop him now is getting pegged here. Bishop, what are you going to do? Wait, where's Bishop gone? Did Bishop die? It's literally anybody's game. It's anybody's game. Bishop's died. Papa Pariah's pulled through. Papa Pariah's pulled through. He's getting caught. Oh, he think he's made it. I think he's done it. Mercenary's dead. Jake's dead. One more peg and he dodges it. One more. Oh, and it's Papa Pariah takes the win. Oh, that was crazy, bro. Oh, that was so crazy. I was sure Decknell was going to win that one. Then it was Bishop all the way. And then he fell off. That's crazy. Oh, congratulations to Papa Pariah 3. Well done. Well done. Bishop got absolutely screwed there. Fuck this, I'm gifting 50 next time. Oh, well, there you go. The final results, everybody. The final results, as you can see. Papa Pariah, Pretty Odd, Papa Pariah, Conga, Izzy, Nate, Tom, Papa Pariah 3. Papa Pariah had 5 and all 5 made it. And RIP to our fallen soldiers. Conga, Stewie, Christopher, Radio, Tom, Burger, Tom, Radio, Cuz, Papa Pariah. Oh, one Papa Pariah got through. Jake, Mercenary, Jamati, Radio, Big C, Conga, Stewie, Decknell, Radio, Jace, Bishop, Radio, that's some Des, Conga, Stewie, and Ted Dad. I think that's where all Radio's entries went. I think they all fell off. So well done, Papa Pariah. If you're watching live, mate, congratulations. If you're not watching live, then that's fine. We're going to do your draw. If you're watching live, you can do a respin. If you're not, then I'll just spin and let you know you have just won. Oh. A Tacticus code. Congratulations, Papa Pariah. You've just won a code for Tacticus. I know you're in the Discord, so I'll drop you a message. But congratulations, and everyone at home, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it all. It's been fun. It's been emotional. But that is the end of today's stream, I'm afraid. That's the end of today's stream. So Hellstorm 7's in chat. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'm sure they won that before. Well, maybe they can pass it to a friend rather than keeping it for a year, Mercenary. No names. But thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the members and the support tonight. It's been really generous. I've been feeling super ill and I nearly didn't stream. So thank you for making me feel really welcome. And thank you for being super nice. So thanks so much for watching. I've got a video coming out tomorrow and I'll be back on Wednesday. We'll probably end up talking about a codex. I will hopefully be playing the G-Stealer Cults Codex on Friday. I'm just looking for an opponent. I'm just trying to sort that out. But we do have both codexes now. I do have a G-Stealer Cult army that I'd love to try out. I really like the Biophagus and Aberrant detachment, which I might play on Friday. But we'll see. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and hopefully I'll catch you Wednesday at 10:15. 10:15, 10 in the morning. Goodbye, everyone. Bye. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you all. Bye-bye. Bye.